the tech guy, Robbie, Randy, Roy. Rocky is the bestest boy. The food is great, come grab a plate. The show's starting, so don't be late. Dana's Kitchen.
Ooh, you could make pita dough.
I look ridiculous.
Hello, welcome everybody. Hey, Kanara, how are you doing?
Hanging out.
These shirts look familiar. They were in the opening. I was wearing that one, and you were wearing this one. I don't know if you noticed that.
Last night. I want to make sure my white shirt that I put underneath the screen and ready to go.
Yeah. Hi, Andy. How are you?
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh, from rainy Edinburgh.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I am here. Guys, thank you for being here today. I'm excited because Kanara is here. Woo! Yay! and there she is. Robbie's, whoa, those are loud. Okay. I don't know if they're really loud.
I can't hear them at all. All I can hear is, I can only hear Dana. I can't hear the sound effects. I can't hear music. I can just hear Dana. So I don't have to listen to the screaming goat. Nya.
All right. Well, I'm. You can't hear the screaming goat, so everybody, don't waste your time. She can't hear it today. Only me.
No, spin those channel points. Way. Go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah. Okay. I got my crab hat on because Kanara's here, right? I got my crab hat on. And if that gets too hot, Kanara, hang on. I'm going to take my headphones off for a second. If this gets too hot, I can take this off. Hang on. Hey, wait. I take it off. And then I've got my purple mohawk on for today. So, there we go.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that is killing me. Hey, Claire.
I mean,
that is
who doesn't love? Who doesn't? I'm the master of copying people. So there we go. I've just copied the purple mohawk for today. So it's Robbie wearing a mohawk. Not today. So hello, Athena Cat.
Channel point challenge of 1 million channel points, and Dana actually gets a mohawk.
No.
I won't make a guy at purple though, because I know you have to see clients.
I do, and I just this mohawk is okay, but probably not for clients. But we do have some things to redeem today, because you know what, Kanara, we are raising money for No Kid Hungry today.
Hype
yeah.
right there, guys.
So
hype.
There we go, and that must be Charlene. I'm gonna guess that's Charlene that just popped in. It is Charlene that popped in. Hello, April Flowers, and hello everybody who's here.
You too, Amy.
So both of us have our claws today, and then we've got little mini claws, and we've got little tasks that we can do with little mini claws. And so donating, if you donate, a $5 donation is for a mini claw challenge between the two of us. Or you can just make one of us for $10, wear the mini claws and try to cook with them.
And we don't put it on the middle finger?
So
okay.
I think...
Sorry.
You certainly can. If you're feeling that, Kanara, like you need to do that. And then, like Amy PBR says, I'll throw my points into the mohawk pot. Sorry, no mohawk pot for here. It's over here. And then for if you're like getting really generous today for a $50 donation, you can make Kanara and I wear big claws. She'll wear her big crab claws. I'll wear my big crab claws, and then we have to wear them for 15 minutes while we try to cook.
15?
So 50.
50 minutes?
15 minutes, yeah. That's what you wrote that to me in the messages. That was you.
No, I tell you.
No, I didn't. But I did do that one. That's why I asked you, so you don't give me any trouble. I know. Hey, Claire. Claire, thank you for the biddies. Yeah, 15 minutes. Maybe they'll be nice and go, only 10, but maybe not.
No, they won't. Come on, you know these people as good as I do.
I do. I'm trying to be positive here and hopeful.
They're going to yell
for
do-over,
you.
rigged.
I'm just saying.
Feel it.
I'm just saying this was something you told me to put on there. So, hey, Pops, 28 months. It's good to see you.
Hype.
Woo,
That's awesome.
woo, yeah.
Pop's coming in hot.
So there's my mohawk. It's not as good as yours. Your mohawk is better, but
My mohawk needs to be redone.
I like the color. What was that? I'm confused.
Oh,
I'm
the
confused.
sound?
I don't know. Oh my goodness. Ooh, a hype train has started. Oh my gosh. You know what I have for my hype train? Do you know what I have for?
Everybody.
It's always great.
I don't have a fancy hat. For
Holy
my train
cow.
for you.
You don't have a fancy hat? I don't know if I'm going to get this on my head. Will it stay on my head because it has to go for mohawk and everything else? Woo!
Oh, first
Look at that.
dono.
First
dono.
donation. Kathy, who gets to start by wearing the little
How do
finger
I click
puppets.
in stream?
Let's get it started. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for the.
Raven
Stay on
coming
my
in
head.
hot.
It's not staying on my head. We'll see.
Well, then you just have to do it
Oh,
like
thank
this.
you. I know. That's right.
Just, you know.
I have to tie it onto my head or it falls off because it's really big. It's really big. Thank you so much for the biddies, guys. Thank you so
my light
much.
just went out. Why did my light just go out?
I don't know. Hey.
Okay, hang on. Okay.
So, look,
Gremlins.
Kelsey's here. My daughter is
Gremlins.
here.
Hey, Kelsey.
So, hey, Kelsey, did you see? Wait, Kelsey. I'm gonna take this off for a second, so in case you take off. Look, I got a purple mohawk for today. It felt like it was the right thing to do.
That's what all the cool people do.
That's what I heard. All right, so Kathy, woo. That won't stay on. Amy PBR, Claire, Raven, all of you guys, thank you so much. Kelsey's at work. What, are you saying that Pink Gorilla does not want to see a collab between two people wearing crab stuff and having purple mohawks?
Hey, look at this. I came over to Dana's kitchen and gave her crabs.
So Kathy, one of us has to wear the little crab claws, and do a task with the crab claws. So you get to decide who gets to do that for your donation. So here's what we are cooking today, Kanara, as you know, because we've already discussed this, and it would be bad if I decided what we were cooking and you didn't have the ingredients, is we're doing Carne Guisada, and this is a recipe that has come from a restaurant here in Texas and was featured in our Texas Monthly magazine. Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm sorry. I was telling my camera to stop following me.
Oh,
It was spinning around.
I thought you were raising your hand. Yes, Dana, I have a question. What are we doing? You've made me Kanara do it in the past. So I have to wear these little, my hat is falling. This is going to be fun. I've got to hold these and wear this hat at the same time. So little mini claws. We've got the little mini claws. And I've got to do something. So I'll pull a card. Let's see if I can pull a card with the...
Are you like a quad pod crab or something?
I don't know.
How many crabs are you going to wear?
I just got 2. All right, so how about if I pick up a cup with my 2 claws and then I fill it up with water and then I drink it. So here's our little mini things. They are tiny. They're little mini ones. Mini. Oh, and hydrate. Perfect. I'm going to hydrate. All right, hang on. Let's see here. Go this way and go that way. And we're going to start cooking here in a minute because since it's a beef stew, we're going to want it to cook. Okay.
That reminds me, I have a question regarding that. Now I'm raising my hand to ask a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we doing this, estamos haciendo esto auténtico? Or do we get leeway?
I think you can have leeway. It's your kitchen.
Yes.
All right, I got to go get water. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that because my thing is over
Oh
here.
no! Oh no! Don't worry. Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Scrat, Roy is going to make sure we see everything.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
No hiding behind the crab claws on that one.
So the nice thing is that I have a touchless faucet, so I don't have to try and turn it on while holding this tiny cup.
I want to get one of the ones that has that's only hooked up to the hot water, but the pedal underneath the sink that you can step on.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have one. Excuse me. I'd love to have one of those. So
This is so yummy because it's warm. It's warm water, so yummy.
But it makes it easier for digestion. Doesn't shock the system. So we're not browning the meat first?
Not according to this recipe, but if you would like to.
Well, I don't know. I thought about instead of simmering it in water, I thought about simmering it in beef stock to add just since we weren't browning it.
I also thought that as well.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Give it a little more flavor to it. So,
And I know it says 3 pounds of stew meat, but I only had 2 pounds in my freezer, so that's what I'm going with.
go with 2. I've got 3 pounds.
with
I'm
2.
going to do 3.
Can I have a half?
Can you have half? Sure.
No, can I just have a half a pound? Then we could both have 2.5 pounds?
That's right. Yes, I will.
Will you cut it up for me?
It's already cut up, so I'm good.
Yours is cut up? I
Yeah.
left mine whole.
I bought mine cut up because my store had the stew meat already cut up on sale, so I
better get to shopping.
I wasn't going to buy the more expensive, I need to do more work meat.
Oh, I just bought a chuck steak.
Yeah, I mean I could have done that, but they
It was
already
on
had
sale,
it cut up.
but I bought these a while ago.
Yeah.
Good for you, though.
Not simmer in beer. No, beef stock. We're going to do it in beef stock. That's what we're going to do.
Although I do have a Modelo. Oops.
I mean, there's
have a
nothing wrong with doing it with a little beer. I mean, Kanara, my dad worked for Anheuser-Busch. So
Cool.
half the recipes that I grew up with had beer in them in some way, shape, or form. So, all right, let's get my beef already cut up. I just bought it yesterday.
What size chunks are they in? Because it says 3/4 of an inch. And I'm like, that's kind of small.
I might need to do, well, I'll tell you why, Kanara, because a lot of times the stews and stuff, when you're in Latin America, they'll throw them onto tortillas to eat. So they want it to be small enough so that you can throw it on a tortilla to eat. So
Now that makes sense.
yeah, I am going to have to cut these a little more because some of them are a little big. They're very uneven. So let me get a cutting board for the meat out while trying not to let my hat fall off of my head.
We don't want the hat to go into the stew pot either. So
No. Oh, I need my, no, wait a minute. Let's see. Can I get this? I can't. I need my logistical elevation technician to get my
logistical elevation.
Technician, yes.
Technician. Oh my gosh.
Robbie is my that is one of his many jobs, is logistical elevation technician.
Okay,
What
so
sauce
the
did you
recipe
need, Dana?
also called for something else that I don't have.
Thank you guys for the awesome hype train. It's a great way to start off.
Yes. Robbie's tall.
Robbie
tall,
is
just like Mustache Man.
the big green one. That one, yeah. He's looking at it like you couldn't reach this, and I'm like, no, I couldn't. I hear my dog. Can you guys hear my dog?
Which one? Is it just the one dog? I can hear the dog.
I just have one dog. Believe it or not, that's one dog.
I thought you had
making all that
two.
noise. I did, but I don't anymore.
Well, now you have one precious critter.
Okay, we can call him Precious, I guess.
Even velociraptors need love.
He gets plenty of love. Actually, these are pretty good. There he is. There he is.
Oh, he's so cute. He's so fluffy.
He's a little dirty too, but
Well,
you know.
we had a white cat, and one day she came in. I'm like, "When did you get a brown coat?" Because she'd been out and she was out there rolling in things
yeah.
out in the dirt and everything else. I'm like, "Good Lord."
Those
She was
white
up all
dogs.
night though, because the next morning she was clean as a whistle.
That's the nice thing about cats. Dogs, not so much, huh?
Yeah. My thought, she had to be exhausted. Her tongue had to be just tired. Like, I can't
Probably.
use it anymore. Okay, so we're just dicing this up and we're gonna put it in with the beef stock and just get it simmering, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And
So,
Amy PBR says, simmer the beef in the broth, drink the beer. Don't waste
there,
that
man.
beer by cooking it.
I respect that. I do have a Modelo in there. So it says here that it wants, hold up, 1 cup of chopped tomato.
Yes.
My tomatoes had to go out to be deer food. They were not pretty.
Okay.
So I can use a can of diced tomatoes and drain them, or I can use a can of Rotel tomatoes that has the chilies in them and drain that.
If you wanted to have a little more chili flavor to it, I think that would be good. Rotel tomatoes are.
I love those things.
My mom used to cook with them all the time, and then when we moved to St. Louis back in the 80s, you couldn't find it in the grocery store because it wasn't widely available. It was available in like Texas and probably California and stuff. But she had to go to the grocery store and said, please order some. And they said, how many are you going to buy? And she goes, a lot. And so they were like, we'll order them for you if you'll make sure you're buying more than just one can. So, which was nice.
I buy them by the case at my grocery store.
Yeah.
They have like things called case sales.
Ooh.
Like for green beans and stock and like the Rotel tomatoes or the diced tomatoes and stuff like that. So I love it when they have their big case sale.
That's nice.
Yeah, I have to take Mustache Man with me to help me load the car.
We don't have anything like that, but I did go to my grocery store today, and they had like $6 off the sparkling wine that I like. But even better than that, they do this every once in a while. They had like buy bacon, and it was about $8 for the bacon, and then I got some free range eggs and some grass-fed butter for free with it.
Okay, I will say that's a pretty darn good thing right there.
I was like, the eggs are more expensive than the bacon. Like, why would you not do that?
I would do that.
Yeah. And then they had buy one, get one free on the ice cream, which was great too.
Oh, the ranch ice cream?
No, not ranch ice cream. Actually, ice cream that is pleasant to eat.
I say ranch ice cream, and I just picture Robbie over there just going, oh.
Yeah, it was bad. It was nasty.
How big are you cutting your pieces up?
Probably about an inch-ish. Small enough that I think when they cook down that we'll be able to put them on a tortilla. Yeah, that's about the same for mine. Like,
all right.
Here,
sweet.
Let's see. I'm going to let Robbie change this so that I don't mess it up. But yeah, that's about what I got.
Okay. So basically that would fit nicely on a spoon and.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I know my grocery store Raven does have some good deals sometimes. They do it about once a month. They do these, buy this, get all of these things for free. So they might say, buy these tortilla chips, and we're going to give you salsa, sour cream, and grated cheese for free. And you're
That's
like,
pretty good.
I'm like, all right, I'll spend $5 on. I wouldn't normally buy this brand because it's so expensive, but I'll buy that and get all the other stuff for free.
I don't think this is going to be 2 pounds of meat because I don't mind some of the fat, but some of it I'm cutting out because I don't want the gristle part.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's so bad when you go to a restaurant and then you get that mouthful of gristle, and you're like, you need to trim this, guys.
Especially at the prices that they're charging now.
Yeah.
Hey, Bravewood.
For sure. You wish your grocery store would do that? All right. So yeah, mine's not going to quite be 3 pounds. Mine was it was like 2 of these were a pound and one was like 3/4 of a pound.
What kind of meat is it?
They didn't say. I don't think on here. It just says extra lean stew meat.
Okay, that's good. Mine is not going to be lean because I'm keeping all the little fat rivulets. I mean, look at the marbling on this.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's nice. This
Where's my camera
this
at?
has marbling in it too.
Just love
It's not
beef.
super lean. But like I said,
Where's the beef?
yeah, we don't eat
Who
as much
remembers that
beef
old
as
commercial?
I'm old enough. I'm old enough to remember it.
I love that. I'm telling you, the commercials, from the the 70s and the 80s, not quite as much as the 90s, but there were some good ones. But it's funny how some people love to watch commercials. I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't that movie Demolition Man, where they get in the car and everybody's just singing commercials, and Sylvester Stallone's like, what are you doing? Oh, this is like the best commercials. This is like the top 20 commercial channel. I'm like, what? And what are those seashells for?
You know what? I think Demolition Man. I don't think I've seen that. Robbie and I. It's funny because Robbie and I were just talking about that. I think the other day because a commercial came up for it. Or no, were you watching it? I think Robbie was watching it, but I could be wrong. So they have shop and earn and get dollars off.
Isn't there a remake of it?
I think there is. This was the original though. This is definitely the original.
I like the original one.
All right, Andy, we're glad you stopped by. Thanks for coming by.
Bye, Andy. Get some good rest, my dear.
All right, let's see here. All the fun of cutting up meat.
Pizza. That's from an old commercial.
Is it?
That's a very old commercial. Pizza.
Is it?
But I don't know if you guys have it there.
Not a little.
It was a pizza.
Go ahead.
It's a pizza commercial. Little Caesars, yes. Little Caesars Pizza.
Ah.
Pizza. It's when they had their special and like their all meat pizza.
Yeah. Hey, more Dr. Pepper. Thank you for resubscribing. That's 22 months. That's what I was thinking,
Hi.
Pops.
That's awesome.
I was thinking it was Little Caesars because it sounds like a Little Caesars thing. But I don't remember it specifically. Yeah, I think one of the things is like Robbie and I will be watching TV, and sometimes Robbie will go, "That commercial does not make me want to buy that thing or do that thing." And I'm like, "Guess what? You're old. You're not their target market anymore."
And then it's like, ouch! Get some aloe vera out for that burn.
Well, guess what? I'm older than him, so I can say it.
There you go.
That's my excuse.
Listen here, whippersnapper.
He's he's a little younger than me. He acts older than me though. I think most of the time.
Robbie, are you an old soul?
He's a grumpy old man sometimes is what he is. I'm like, you're acting like, get off my lawn.
Whippersnapper. You darn whippersnapper. All right, I'm going to wash my cutting board here real quick.
Okay.
All my meat is in. I just got to get my stock. I forgot to put my stock in there, so.
I don't have my stock in there yet either. I'm going to wash my hands.
Now, we're not putting anything on this meat. We're not doing like salt or pepper or anything yet, right?
That is not what the recipe says.
Okay.
So, again,
have you made this before?
I have not made this one before, so
Okay.
we're both going to find out if we need to tweak it as we go along.
Well,
right.
That's the beauty of a recipe. It's a guideline.
I think so too. And you know how many times I'm going to follow this recipe, but it sounds wrong. Like this is not the way I would do it. And then I do it the way the recipe does, and then I regret it.
Yeah, I had somebody send me a recipe. They said, I've done this recipe twice now, and it's come out horrible each time. And I said, send me the recipe so I can read it. And the recipe was written extremely poorly. And I said, did you do this and this? And they went, yes. And I said, and then you read the next portion and realized that you shouldn't have done that? And they're like, no, Was I not? I said, yeah, this part here doesn't come into play until much later, but some recipes are bad.
You know what? Can I tell you what one of my pet peeves is?
I want a pet
When
peeve.
the first thing on a recipe says preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And then the next one is make this marinade. Now put it on the meat and put it in the refrigerator overnight. And I'm like,
Right?
why did my oven have to preheat all night long?
Yeah. All right. I have 32 ounces of beef stock going in.
All right. Mine's in there too. So
Oh my gosh, we're both using a red pot.
look at that. We didn't even plan that. We didn't even plan to have the same hairdo. How's that?
Okay, so question. Oh, never mind. Okay, combine the meat with the 4 cups and we're doing stock. Bring to a boil, reduce the heat, simmer for 15 minutes without the lid on, skim the froth, which is the proteins, then cover and simmer for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, done.
Yep.
Well, not done, but it's there. Don't forget, you guys can make Dana do some wacky things with those crab claws and stuff like that by donating.
Or
Exclamation
Canara.
point donate.
Or Canara.
No, I'm a guest.
Canara.
I'm a guest here.
Canara.
No, I'm a guest. You don't do that to guests. If somebody comes over to your house, you prank them when they come in their house? No.
100%.
Oh, it's charity. I'm sorry. I said exclamation point dono or donate.
It's because that's probably what it is on your page. When you do that. But yeah, I think Robbie's going to actually make it dono. That way you don't have to think. Then you don't have to think about it.
Right, Dibs? It's like preheat your oven to 500. Okay, I want dinner by 5 o'clock. That means I have to preheat my oven at 2 o'clock. Have it ready by 5 o'clock. By the way, I was kind of sad. I actually bought something that I've been wanting for a long time, because I hadn't read the recipe yet, and I thought, oh, this will be great. I'll get to use this on Dana's Kitchen when we do our collab. But I finally bought one because I've been wanting one forever.
Yeah.
I got my
what is it?
Molcajete.
You got a molcajete. That's awesome.
I am so excited.
So you could, instead of using a spice grinder, if you wanted to, when we do that Holy Trinity, what they're calling Holy Trinity, which is not what I call Holy Trinity, because I think
did you do that too? You're like,
food.
Wait. When you read 2 teaspoons of Holy Trinity, I'm like, what? I actually bought celery.
No, I went and I looked at it, and I was like, celery and peppers doesn't sound right. And I looked at the bottom of the recipe, and I was like, oh, garlic, peppercorns, and cumin seed. So. Yeah. But you could do that in there if you really want to use your molcajete. Should season it before using.
I don't have cumin seeds, so I have to use
just regular
powdered cumin. Yeah,
that's okay.
I do have my peppercorns and my garlic. I was just going to put through a garlic masher.
Okay.
It's a big. Yeah, it's made with balsat. I can't pronounce that name, which is lava rock.
Yeah.
But this one I don't have to season. This one's not made with lava rock. It's got some in there. But this is not like the one that I had on my wish list forever. That thing was like $75. And I found this one on sale for $29.99. And as much as I'm going to use it, I mean, if I was like really like pell-mell into cooking this type of food like all the time, I would have gotten like the legit one. But this is going to do me just fine. I still can't pronounce that. I can spell it.
I think it's pronounced basalt. Like,
can I just say we're going to do the bee salt. Salty bee. See, I look at that and say basil.
Basalt. Anyway, so I've got mine because Pops actually got me mine. So
nice.
Yeah, it was awesome, and we use it all the time.
Rude. Robbie, you keep your fingers off the keyboard. You let your mods do this kind of stuff.
He is my mod.
No. He's the producer today. He's the cameraman today. You can't double dip, Robbie. I know where you live.
So we were watching, I don't know if you've seen it, but David Chang has like a stream where he has a couple of guests come in and he's just cooking them different things in the kitchen and handing them to them while they're talking and stuff. And Robbie's like, he's just got a guy and all he does is watch the chat and doesn't do all the other things that I have to do. And I'm like, yep.
That's right.
But I wouldn't be doing this honestly if it weren't for Robbie, because there's just, with all the
You
things
can do
going on
it.
in my life.
If I can do it, and I am the most inept at
could.
technology.
I could.
If I can do it, anyone can.
I could, but I probably wouldn't. That's all I'm saying, is that he took care of all the the majority of the tech stuff. So, and then I take care of the majority of the kitchen stuff. So it works out well for me.
Teamwork
And he
makes
makes me a
the dream
cocktail.
work.
I know. And he makes me
Teamwork
cocktails.
makes the dream work.
So, all right. So we
gotta
got
do our
that
next stuff,
going.
don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, our chilies.
We can do that. The other thing we'll probably want to do at some point soon is make our masa for the
Does that have to
tortillas.
sit for a period of time?
It's easier to make them if it sits for a little bit, because it allows it to hydrate. So I have found that if I don't let it sit, it falls apart and doesn't stay together as well.
So how long what's the max you can let it sit? 'Cause I know like Italian pasta, you don't want it to sit more than an hour because it starts to actually ferment. But I don't know about, I have no experience with masa.
20 to 30 minutes is usually how long I do it.
What do I need in here? I need a cup. Meanwhile, at the other part of the kitchen, in a small saucepan, combine the chilies with 1 cup of water. Bring to a boil and let simmer for 15 minutes. Let cool.
So we have, this recipe calls for guajillo chilies and arbol, right? And guajillo chilies are medium to high heat. And you know what the good news is, Kanara, I won't actually like pepper spray you, like when you were in my kitchen and we were like, oh my gosh, our eyes are burning, because it was 100% my fault.
Okay, so it wants 3 guajillo chilies. Okay, 1. I did have these. They're also called chile. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Let's see.
There it is.
Oh, cascabel.
Okay, there we go. So we're doing 3 of these. Now these are the ones that are for heat?
So this is going to have a Scoville rating of about 3,500 to 5,000. To give you an idea, a jalapeno runs usually right around 5,000 Scoville. So this is going to be a little on it has heat, but it's a little on the milder side. Not as mild as, say, an ancho, which is a poblano, a dried poblano, which is going to be a little bit, it's going to be under 3,500. But
I have another
arbol
chili that I don't know. What are the arbols?
Okay, these are high heat. Okay, so these
Show me.
run.
Can I see one? Can you take one out so I can see it?
Yeah, they're little ones.
I don't have those, so I'll use red pepper flakes.
Okay, that's fine. These are very high heat. So I was just going to tell everybody, if you're using arbol and you don't like a lot of heat, you probably want to cut down on how many are in your recipe, because these run around 25,000 to 35,000 Scoville.
So what? And so since it's just calling for one of those, right? The arbol.
Let's see. I don't know. What did it say? 1, yes.
So what would be the equivalent, do you think, in red pepper flakes?
That's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that question. I forgot to de-seed these. Let's do that first.
I know that's what I got to do too. Seeds and stems removed. And by the way, if you guys are working with chilies, even dried chilies, and you're working with a lot of them, they will get into your fingers. They still have oils.
Don't touch your eyes, or wear some gloves if you want to. But we all know Dana has a really bad habit of touching her eyes.
Don't we all? I'm going to wash my hands real good with my Dawn dish soap. A 12-mile-an-hour gust? That's a good gusty. Okay. So let's get rid of these seeds and chili. Get rid of the evilness.
And so you taught me something about chilies, which is where the real heat in these is in the ribs.
Yep, the pith, yeah. And the seeds, well, the seeds do have some heat. Most of the heat's in the pith, and the bitterness of the seed enhances the heat of the pith. So that's why they just have you remove both of them if you want to kind of cut down on your heat. Okay, we're going to wash my hands again because I do not want. I know it'd be good content on stream. Is if Kanara scratches her eye. I get that. I get that. Okay, so I'm going to start with a teaspoon, you think, of red pepper flakes?
Probably. And you know what? You can always like add some more into your stew once you taste it and it's sits for a while, and see if you need more at that point.
So I'm thinking, because we're going to be using some of this water from the chilies, that I'm going to add in my red pepper flakes while these are steeping as well. Hello, Golden.
It's a good question. I don't know.
I'm going to put them in there anyway. We're just going to shake it on up in there. There we go.
Oops, you went in the wrong
Mustache
pot.
Man's over here hanging out. Oh, okay, I've got
Hello, Mustache
stuff to
Man.
skim. Dana says hi. He's like, hello. Pip, pip, cheerio. I'm putting this on the stove behind me with my fan on medium because we have PTSDs.
We were at
From my
Dana's
last Dana
house and she
stream.
almost poisoned me. It's
My
fine.
last Dana stream almost killed me.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. I'm actually going to also add another chili into mine. I'm going to add a Morita chili. Are you familiar with those?
Yes, hang on, look it. I got these out to ask you. I had to write them on the baggie, but it says Morita. They're so smoky. Should I add them?
I love the smokiness that brings to chili dishes, and so I almost
What's their
always,
heat level?
Their heat level. So what Moritas are is they are. Is it Moritas? I may be talking out the wrong way. They're medium to high heat, so just be careful with them. They're a higher heat level.
Are you taking out the seeds? I'm taking out the seeds on that one too then.
Yeah, for sure.
Which means I got to wash my hands again. Oh my gosh, look at all these seeds.
But
yeah.
These are like amazing in chili, especially. They give a really smokiness to the chili.
Yeah, I was sitting there sniffing going, oh, I bet these would be good. But I wanted to ask you first because I wasn't super familiar with them.
Yeah, very, very smoky. So they're, I believe Moritas are, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong here on this, is Golden Flare, hello there, they're smoked and then dried. I'm trying to remember. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I had it wrong. Chipotles are smoked and dried jalapenos. These are called chili moritas in the wild. There's another name for them, but I can't remember what it is.
Well, all I know is that they smell delicious. Can
Yes.
you give me a coffee mug, please? Just any coffee mug that's up there? Sure, that's fine.
So I almost always have some of these around.
So what they're talking about the protein skimming. I'll move my camera over there so you guys can see.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too.
Proteins build up. You'll see this a lot sometimes on ocean shores when the surf is extremely aggressive. You'll see foam forming on the beach. You'll see this sometimes in fish tanks because they're dropping proteins. So that's what. And so we want to skim this off because it leaves a grainy texture. It's the only thing I know about that. All by myself outside.
What's the best thing to skim the foam off of?
I'm using a flat spoon.
Flat spoon, okay.
That I can just go in there, just kind of pull that off.
So I will do
now,
that.
If you're making a clear broth, if you're making a consomme, you would leave this go and let the little hole poke through, and then you put a cartouche on top, and that catches it all.
And what is a cartouche?
It's basically, well, some people think of it the dome that they put over food, but you'll take a piece of parchment paper and you'll have a little hole cut in the center, and that keeps those proteins completely down and submerged. Hello, Bunari. How are you doing?
Bunari, thank you so much for that follow. And thank you for that follow. It's hard when you're cooking sometimes and you're talking and you start to miss people. All right. This needs to be the simmer.
Ah, simmer, ba-da-da-da-da-da.
And I need to put it on none of my burners like to simmer except for my smallest one. And I actually have to put a simmer plate on it at the lowest setting to
Really?
get things to simmer most of the time. Yeah, it'll just keep being at like a low boil, even when I'm trying to simmer it. It's too
I'm putting mine
powerful,
at a one.
Kanara. It's too powerful.
Skim the froth. Then we're going to cover and simmer for, okay.
For an hour.
I'm going to check mine after about 45 minutes, only
Okay.
because I'm doing chuck. And I just want to make sure that I'm not overcooking it. And it can just sit there then until the next step. That's no big deal.
Yeah, I think the idea is that this is just to make it's to make the meat tender, right? That's what this one is. We're adding some flavor to it too because we use some
Oh,
beef
yeah,
stock
we are.
in there.
Shoot,
Because
Speaking of which,
why waste a step when you can add flavor to it? You shouldn't waste it. Go ahead and do it.
okay, how long do we let the chili simmer for? 15 minutes?
I think so.
Okay,
I need to
I got to set my timer.
turn this over.
Where's my timer? Somebody tell me where my timer is. There we go. Usually when I say, where's my timer, I'm talking about Athena.
Athena's in here. Woo! Uh-oh. Guess what? We have a $25 to support Share Our Strength, which is No Kid Hungry. That's the parent company for that.
Who did
So,
that? Who did that?
Bunar-
Bunari, oh my gosh, thank
Bunari,
you.
is that how you say that? Bunari?
We're going to
Bunari
make
Bay?
Dana do something crazy?
Or Kanara. Kanara can do something crazy.
Kanara's the guest. Kanara's the guest.
I know. You know, I tried to poison
Yeah.
you before. This is what I do. So thank you so much for the donation. You know, we can compete, or you can make somebody have to do a task with little tiny claws, or somebody else
All right,
can
mine
join
is
you.
simmering, but I need to wash my hands. I need to wash my hands again. I don't think I.
You gotta
Boy,
make
the
sure.
wind really picked up.
Make sure. All right, so we're gonna let that go for about 15 minutes. While we're doing that, we could make, if you want to, we could make the masa. Or we could wait on that. I need to make Robbie something to eat because it's later here.
I know. I'm starting going, you know what? I just realized I didn't do anything for dinner or anything. So, hello, Texas
This
Cryptid.
is dinner.
Maybe since it's half of our ladies should be wearing the big claws. Yeah, like the half that's hosting the stream, because I always end up wearing the big claws.
Or each wear one claw.
OM freaking G.
Well, there you go, Kanara.
Nuh-uh, it's still you.
It's two.
It's still you.
Nope, both of us. You get
Wait, wait.
because it's $50 total.
All right, let me get a sip of because I can't pick up my tea thing with my claws. Do your thumbs, okay, so my claws, I cannot believe we're doing this. So my thumbs on my claws,
Yeah.
they stop right here. I mean, I can move it, but my thumbs don't go up in here. So I have no thumb while I'm doing this.
Well, that should be
What are you
fun.
eating that you get to have?
So I'm going to make Robbie some...
Somebody better be hitting a timer.
I've got
I
what?
can
Oh,
trust.
15. So, yeah, somebody be time in 15 minutes. Robbie's cleaning something.
Here, hang on.
I don't know what's going on. Thank you so much.
You just got your chilies on, right? Did you set your timer for your chilies?
Yes.
What does your timer say for your chilies?
42 minutes.
For your chilies?
Oh, no, that's
The chilies are only
I'm
15.
sorry. No, that's for this. I don't have 15 for the chilies. Hang on, I can do it. Oh, Robbie's already got it going. Never mind. Robbie's got a timer going.
Okay, so when that one's up, then our claws are up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the other thing I was going to ask you.
Yes.
But it's probably a
that
little
was
too late
oat
now. I'm going to
creamer.
check.
That's the wrong thing.
I didn't know if we should add. This is not my thumb. This is not my thumb. This is a chili. These were red chilies. I picked up a couple of them. I wasn't sure if I should use that, but now that I think that's probably going to be spicy enough.
It could be. So the thing about doing, like if you're using dried chilies, you might get some smokiness and you'll definitely get the heat. When you're using the fresh chilies, you get kind of that fruitiness from them since they're a fruit, right?
Gotta support the kiddos. Heck to the yeah.
Yes, I just poured the wrong thing in there, so I had to pull that out because that was oat creamer, and I'm making Robbie some queso. And this is going to be the part I can't.
Yeah, I can't get the garlic out of my bowl. Jeez.
I'm trying to
Don't worry, Benari. We'll remember this forever.
Forever.
Worth it.
All right, I can't. Let's see.
Okay.
I may have to call on somebody.
So we can't make our sauce until those chilies are done. We're going to take the chilies out, leaving the liquid in there, and we're going to go zhuzhi over there. So I'm thinking I need to zhuzhi over there first with my garlic and spices for my holy, these are quote marks, holy trinity.
Yes, which it's not a holy trinity because this is not Cajun cooking.
No, Emerald Lagasse right now is doing this. What? Why am I so angry? I'm just standing here in my kitchen, but suddenly I'm enraged.
I'm so angry. It's like somebody has invoked the wrong term for something.
Oh, okay, I can't do that. I can't. Okay, hang on. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I never thought that I was going to use a fork and a knife to cut the end off of to hold my, okay, I can do that. Look at me doing it. Look at me doing it. Hang on, you can't see me doing it. Okay, hang on, this is what we're doing. Because I have to take the ends off because I don't like the ends. Oh, come on, get over there.
Look at you doing,
So
I'm just waiting to do that.
Okay, look at,
Oh,
I'm
wait,
doing it. I'm doing it.
First.
I'm doing it. I don't know what I'm doing. But oh, okay, oops, okay. Okay, so now I can crack a lacking on those. Oh, look at us doing this. Is great. Okay.
You're doing good. Look at that.
Well, I have had a little bit of practice. Nose are great. Hello. Figuring the claws out. We've had to do some wacky things with the claws. That's for darn sure. Okay, that's not going to scoop over there. I can't do that either. Okay. Oh, silicone for the win, or rubber, or whatever these things are. Okay.
Don't you have like a little mini Johnson knife? Should you be using that with the crab claws?
You just mind your own business. You just be minding your own business over there in your kitchen.
I'm kind of evil sometimes.
Okay, I have to take off one claw to show it to you guys because I can't take it out of here. Hang on, maybe I can. Hold this. Hang on. Hang on.
Kenar is used to figuring the claws out.
Hang on. Okay.
See?
Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. I can do this. Trained professional.
I love that.
That's the mini cleaver.
I love the mini cleaver. I think it's amazing.
And it is a channel point redemption in my channel, not over here. Oh man, how do I get this back in the case? Okay, hang on. Okay, what? Hang on. Okay, hang on. Wait.
Okay, I'm hanging on. What am I hanging on to?
I don't know, but hang on to something because this is going to be a wild ride. Okay, hang on. Okay, I got this. No fingers were harmed in the doing of this task, I am proud to say.
Robbie
shut.
Robbie says we could definitely add the channel point redemption for you to use that over here.
It's not going to be a channel point redemption. They want me to use this. They got to pay up.
Oh, pay up. Oh,
they got to. That has to go to the. But I'm only doing
that?
shopping for a little. I've only got it shopping for a little bit. So, I can smell those things. Holy Toledo.
So you heard that, right, everybody? Like, make a donation and tell her to chop with that little. Wait till she gets to the chopping part.
But hold off for because how much time do we have on these? I can't do it when I'm wearing. I can't hold that while I'm wearing these.
We still have 8 minutes left.
Okay.
My hands are sweating. Are your hands sweating?
I'm wearing rubber claw mitts. It's like a sauna in here. And I can tell you the 2 spots on my hand where I still have oils from the chilies because I can feel it in here. So yeah, I can feel it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to melt some cheese here.
9 minutes. There's my timer. There's my timer. I love my Johnson knife. So for those that don't know, this is my Nikiri knife that he made for me.
I need to talk to him and make sure he knows I still want my Nikiri knife. We were trying to get
Yeah, and I'm ordering, sorry, I have to take one claw for just a quick second. There we go. I want to order like a couple more sets. I'm not a couple more sets, but a couple more different knives. If he can get it thin enough, I want a full-size Japanese cleaver.
Ooh.
If he can get it thin enough for me. I don't know what he prefers to do, what he feels comfortable doing and stuff like that. So I want to make sure it's something he feels comfortable doing.
I just have the two that we've won, and we had talked about doing some knives for a fundraiser, and I wanted to buy one for me, and then it didn't happen in time because I didn't give him enough heads up. I didn't get it, and that was my fault. I thought like 3 months was enough time, and apparently I was wrong. So he felt bad too. He was like apologizing, and I'm like, you don't need to apologize to me for that. That's fine. I get it.
This is a bummer.
What?
I have sad face.
Why? What happened?
I don't have any limes.
What were you going to use? Were you going to make a margarita?
No, I was going to make guacamole.
Oh.
So maybe I'll just serve some sliced avocado on top.
That's what I was going
Nice
to do.
fresh avocado. Okay, I think we'll just do that. Well, I'm not going to cut these now because, you know.
No, yeah, don't.
Okay,
wait,
so I can
till
put
it's
this
almost time.
away.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right, cheese. I can't pick up cheese. It's very hard with claws. I'm just making this recipe up, Robbie, too, for your queso, so hopefully it turns out good. So,
I'm peeling the garlic.
do you ever make queso? I mean, you're dairy. You don't do dairy, so you probably
I don't do any dairy, but if I make something, I'll do like for the lasagna. I made a bechamel with lactose-free milk, and I used to make it kind of like that cheesy sauce flavor for the lasagna. I added nutritional yeast to that.
Yep.
I love that stuff. Ugh.
That with a little garlic salt and some cashews, and you put that in the blender, makes a pretty good Parmesan substitute.
Remind me who made us do these claws again? I can't find bottled lemon juice here, or lime juice here.
You can't find bottled lime juice?
No, nope.
That's another thing.
I can find bottled lemon juice, but I can't find bottled lime juice.
That's
here.
interesting.
Rural living, people. Rural living.
It was Bunnery. Bunnery? It's Bunnery?
Bunari. Oh, that's right. That's right. The one who was sitting there. I can hear them cackling from their watching station right now. Hey, yeah, I'm the one who did it to you. What are you going to do about it, lady?
Yeah, somebody's going to pop in here and go, what in the world is happening with these? Why do they have purple mohawks and they're using crap?
Hey, but I am getting my garlic peeled. I am getting that done. What are you working on?
I'm making queso for Robbie. So, because,
that's right. Yeah.
It's dinner time.
What's he going to have it with?
Here, I've got some tortilla chips I bought. So, got your smoothie and you're enjoying this. Well, we're glad you are enjoying your donation.
Wait, hang on. Garlic down. Garlic down. I got all 3 of those things peeled. Boom.
You are the bomb. You the bomb.
Well, there's something always ticking. I just don't know if it's the right thing or not.
Yeah, we do the best that we can.
So those are done. Now, actually, I don't need to put these into the food processors now that I think about it, because I'm going to use a garlic press to press my garlic, and then I will add my cumin peppercorns. Oh, I do have to break up the peppercorns. Why not I just use some fresh cracked pepper?
You can do that.
And a tablespoon of water, and we're making a paste out of this. Okay.
See, I'm surprised that if they're having us do that,
Why not just cook it in with the meat?
heat the oil. So why? Well, yeah. Why would we not? Like, if you're heating it
But we're not.
in a pan to release the oils, right? That would make sense.
Yeah.
But they're
Yes.
not having us do that.
We're not blooming the spices at all,
Right.
So we're not blooming the spices, and we didn't brown the meat.
So
I thought, see, if I'm thinking about this dish and how that I'm trying to picture how it was made before. So apparently this originated in Puerto Rico. So wouldn't they have taken like the meat and thrown on a grill type thing and grilled it and then chopped it up and then thrown it in with their spices and let it simmer?
maybe.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know.
I mean, that
Got my
certainly would
smoothie
be
and enjoying this.
that
That just
would-
makes sense to me.
certainly be a way to do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to get a
I'm gonna
bowl.
I'm gonna
Oh,
try
good
and
Lord.
chop a tomato to put on top of your queso here, Robbie. We're
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
we're gonna see.
Okay,
Don't break
okay.
things. Don't-
okay, my timer is up. Oh, I can't turn my timer off because my gloves. Hang on. Okay, my timer's off now. I can turn the heat off of this.
Yeah, we got like
We're-
a couple
whoa.
of minutes left.
We're removing from the heat. We're opening this away from us because we don't want to gas ourselves out of the kitchen. And we're going to let that cool now so we can zhuzh up the other stuff in there.
Yeah, it's interesting that you want to cool it. I never cool stuff before I throw it in the blender.
I don't. I cool it just a little. If I have
Just
to
a-
pick it up, I can just be able to grab it real quick and throw it into the thing.
All right.
You know what's really bad is my nose is running, and I don't know that I can use a tissue with these things on. But hang on, let me just grab my tissue
Okay.
right here. I won't take my gloves off. I will try and figure this out without stabbing myself in the nose.
I'm trying to chop tomatoes with these gloves on.
So now we're chopping up.
I'm chopping
Well,
the
this-
tomatoes for the salsa right now, just so you know. That's what this is
The salsa for Robbie or the salsa
yeah.
for...
I'm sorry, the queso for Robbie, yes.
Oh, I think you're getting it all nice and flavorful up inside there. Here's a rock star. Okay. Here we
Oh,
go.
I need to turn that off.
Nope. 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 Yep.
Oh, good. It got stuck on my handle, and now there's cheese everywhere.
I don't know that I can squish this with the claws on without getting the garlic.
The-
Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. Okay. Okay.
I taste this part.
I don't have a thumb.
Queso from the
I know it's so hard. Yeah, we're gonna put some fuzzy dust in our queso.
I should have grabbed a knife. Hold that thought.
One of my daughter's all-time favorite things is, yay, time is up. You can take the gloves off. Stop. Kanara, you can take the gloves off.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Yay.
There's a timer on these redemptions, right?
Yes, the timer just went off, so.
No, I mean there's a
Oh.
timer meaning somebody
Oh,
can't
there's
donate,
a-
just
there's
put 'em
a-
right back on us.
I don't know. You know, charity and all.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
It's
Santa Claus.
It's one thing. You're going to be like, I'm never collabing with Dana again, ever.
Oh heck no, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Do it in a heartbeat.
So
Good
I have
people,
so
good
I have
times.
a question for you. Are you a person, since we're just a few
Yeah, I
days
am.
away?
Last time I checked. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
from April Fool's Day. Are you somebody who likes to do pranks?
Okay, so my boss made me sign an agreement that I wouldn't prank him because I did pranks in my office. Big
Oh, yeah.
pranks. I don't do anything small when it came to that. So
What
he's over there watching the movie.
What was your best
I-
prank?
My best prank was making my boss think this is my previous boss. Then the boss that made me sign the agreement heard about what I did to him and made me sign an agreement. So we called him into the office late at night saying that somebody had been killed inside the office, and we had the body traced out on the floor type thing. And somebody had arranged with a friend of theirs who worked for the local PD office to show up in a uniform and arrest him as a suspect.
See, I don't feel so bad now making you wear those gloves for 15 minutes.
So they took him down to the squad car. They didn't put him in the squad car, but they got him down to the squad car, and he was a very like the man's man type dude, and he's always like, yeah, always strutting around the whole bit. It was just like, this is beautiful.
You were trying to teach him a lesson?
Yeah, oh yeah. Isn't that horrible? Isn't that horrible? All right, so I'm going to do about a teaspoon of cumin.
You're ahead of me.
But yeah, when I was working at the real estate office, this was so good. So in the front of the office, like there was what called the bullpen where all the agents had their desks, and in the front of the office was like the reception desk, and there was 3 desks, and that's where the 3 managers sat. We had the manager for the real estate agents, the manager for escrow, and then kind of like the VP of the company sat there as well, and did whatever they do and stuff like this. So that night I went in, and there was one agent in there. When I say I went in like at midnight. There was still one agent in there working at their desk. And I'm like, look, you're here working. You are now on my turf in the evening after hours. So what you see here tonight, you never saw. And she looked at me, she turned her chair back around, went back to work, and never said a word. And I'm like, that's my gal. I've known her for years. Anyway, what I ended up doing was on the one manager's desk, I reversed it. Everything that was on top of the desk went under the desk. Everything that was under the desk, because he had files and his trash can, and went up on top of the desk. Not only that, but his name was Dave. I changed his screensaver to be from Space Odyssey 2000. So every time he hit a keystroke, I said, hello, Dave. Stop doing that, Dave. I don't like it when you do that, Dave. And of course, he had to completely rearrange it. Then we go over to the next one. This is the one that was the best one. Are you okay?
I am. I didn't break anything. It's fine.
Okay.
Everything is fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I went to the Dollar Tree store, and I bought everything they had in foil, the rolls of foil. And I took every pin. She had a pin holder. I took every pin out, wrapped it in foil, wrapped the pin hole in foil, put all the pins back in. I wrapped her mouse, her keyboard, her monitor, her chair, her desk, her calendar. Everything was individually wrapped on her thing. And then the other one, I took her drawers, and they weren't in there real good, but I took the drawers out, and you put a piece of cardboard on top of the drawers.
Okay.
And then you invert the drawer, and you put the drawer back in.
Yeah.
So that when they pull the drawer out, everything falls out.
I'm
That was
learning
the
so
most
much
mild
about you, Kanara.
So the best thing was when the woman came in that I had foiled her desk, she lost her mind. And I mean, she is having a screaming fit in the middle of the office. Who did this? I mean, she just went off. Well, what I didn't notice about her desk was she was getting ready to do like some catered event, and she went and bought these like 2 great big rolls, like at Costco, of foil, right? Those big rolls of foil. And she had them like on her bookshelf, like underneath. Well, I didn't touch the bookshelf. I wasn't gonna go that hog wild. But she just saw everything wrapped in foil. She didn't look to see if the foil was still there on the shelf. But she's having a conniption fit. So I'm like, I've got to go own up and fess up and whatever. She proceeds to berate me for 10 full minutes about using other people's products and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I bought the foil. You did not. That is the foil and she went off, and I went,
oh my.
That foil? Right there? And she turns around, she looks at it, she goes, oh, I'm like, I didn't need to do any more. I just walked off and went, have fun unwrapping your desk. But that was the best one ever, and I loved it. And I loved it. Okay, cumin. Oh, peppercorns. I got to get some fresh cracked pepper.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta know your audience, right?
I know, but yeah, I used to love doing April Fools. I haven't done them well, since I've been out of the corporate world, I haven't done them. But there are jokes that can get out of control, like really fast.
Uh-huh.
So you have to be careful. And I never thought she'd get that mad, but she thought that I had used her foil, so that's why she was upset. Otherwise, she probably just would have been, oh, good Lord, what the heck do we have going on here? She just probably would have just laughed it off and not even thought twice about it.
Just one of those things where things didn't quite go as you planned.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And what about you? Do you do April Fool's jokes?
I don't really do April Fool's jokes per se, but mine usually have some sort of lesson in them. So
A teaching moment.
So, for example, my ex-husband used to he worked in a not great part of town, and he used to leave his doors unlocked, and he would leave his wallet in the glove compartment all the time. And I would say you can't do that. Lock your car, take your wallet into work with you, and he just wouldn't do it some days. And so one day he left his wallet at home. And I was working that night, and I grabbed it, and I was going to go to he was a sports announcer, so I would go to the game afterwards. And so I said, I'll take it, and I'll take it to him at the ballpark when I get there. Well, as I was working, one of his coworkers' wives happened to come in to where I was working. I worked in retail at the time, and which I don't think she'd ever been in there before, and was never in there after that. But she had come in, and I said, what are you doing? She says, I'm going to go to the ballpark. And I said, hey, would you take this wallet? And she said, yes. And then I went, wait a minute. And I took everything out of the wallet except for the library card. And I said, would you give this to him, but tell him you found it in the parking lot. So apparently what happened, I got off work, I got there, and on the press box was a note that told me I was not allowed in the press box. Apparently what happened is she handed it to him, and he totally freaked out, and he was so afraid that I was going to be so angry with him because I had told him over and over again not to leave his wallet in the car. And now what happened, what I said was going to happen or could happen, happened, and I was going to be so angry. And she felt so bad for him, she told him that it was a joke. So, and then the tables turned because then he was really mad at me. So.
But you're like, but that was a good example. Aren't you glad that it wasn't like the real thing happening?
I was laughing hysterically. I'm like, and you know what? Never left his wallet in the glove compartment again. So, yeah.
And scene.
And there we go. So things like that are the ones I do.
Is there an April Fool's joke that you've always wanted to do but either didn't have the means or the ability to pull it off type thing?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. But Robbie and I've been watching on Netflix. There's been this, what do you remember what it's called? Robbie doesn't remember what it's called, but it's a magician, and he would do these tricks, and then people started asking him to do things to get back at people in their lives, to get even from jokes,
I haven't heard of that show.
Practical jokes other people have played on them, and it's really funny, and some of them are really quite elaborate. And so I was like, okay, that's good. And I think that they showcased that like on April Fool's and a couple of days afterwards on April 1st and stuff. So, you know,
that'd be fun.
good stuff.
I want to be part of that team.
That would be
I
fun,
want to be part
right?
of that team.
Yeah, and you can see them all, like, he's got his team, like the person who builds most of the stuff and a couple of the people who come up with ideas and all of that. The Magic Prank Show with Justin
Prank show.
Willman.
Okay.
So, Claire, thank you for the
Claire Meister 4
biddies.
cheered 100.
Biddy
Thank
hi.
you.
All right, I need 3 peeled garlic cloves. See, Kanara's ahead of me because I made queso for Robbie. But hers is going to be done.
You did a good thing. I'm looking at him going, look, you got lasagna in the refrigerator. Heat it up when you're hungry. It's
Yeah.
like, there it is right there, you know?
I mean, I do that some nights. I'm like, there's food,
Well,
there's leftovers.
I told him, you know, there's going to be, you know, I'm making this stew and whatever, but I don't know if it'll be too spicy for him to eat that late at night.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, well, you know what we're having tomorrow night for dinner?
This.
It's right here. I'm probably going to have some of it tonight, though.
But you got to at least taste it, right?
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's a little earlier there for you. So that's why I wanted to
Yes.
get him something to eat because it's already dinner time here and we still have a couple of hours to go.
And he worked and then came home and helped set up the stream. And
he came home by walking down the stairs.
Shh, don't tell anybody else that.
he works at home.
Don't tell anybody else that.
I can say that because he's like, I'm never going back to an office again.
I know, and I'll tell you what's interesting is that the only good thing that happened out of COVID was that, like my daughter, you know, she works for the ADL, so she couldn't go into the office, so she had to work from home. And she's got a great work ethic. She gets dressed, she sits at her office desk. She doesn't sit on her couch and do work. She has this little office nook area. And it just proved that people can work from home and be productive.
Some people can. Robbie is definitely one of those that can do that too.
I can't. You have to put me into an office because I will totally squirrel if I'm sitting here at the house.
I get stuff done. Like I can focus for a while, but I got to get started early most of the time. So, and I feel bad because like Robbie will go take walks and he'll be like, "You want to come on a walk with me?" And I'm like, I do, but at the same time, if I go take a walk, then I may not stay in this really productive mood that I'm in.
There you go. That makes
You know
sense.
what I'm saying? So, oh, that's oregano. I don't want oregano. I want cumin
What was
seed.
this for?
It is for, we're going to whisk flour in it. And the stew.
Oh, we're making a roux with oil, not butter? Okay.
Yeah, if you
Okay,
want.
okay, cool.
Or make it with butter, whichever you want.
No, I'll do it. I want to try and keep it like as close to like what the recipe's supposed to be so I can kind of get an understanding of it. So I was just like, oh my gosh, was I supposed to do something with that paste stuff? And I was like, yeah.
What was that?
What's a really productive mood? That sounds nice.
So I can't, you like working from home, but you're tied to a desktop dual mode, so you can't take your work anywhere. Well, here's the thing. I'm actually a therapist, so I can't really take my work anywhere, but I can do telehealth from home, and I do my notes and stuff at home. But today, Kanara, oh my gosh, I'm paneled with a couple of insurance companies, and one of them has, for some reason, canceled my contract with them, and I had spent my morning on the phone with them trying to fix that. And I walked upstairs to Robbie because I'm downstairs, he's upstairs, and I was like, that was a very unsatisfactory ending because I still don't have a conclusion to my thing.
Wait, did that without telling you? They just
It's a long story. The person who credentialed me got in there, did something that she was told she could do, but that it initiated a series of events. And they keep telling me, I contacted them in January saying this is a problem, you know, and it's just been a series. Yeah. They go, it'll be 4 to 5 weeks. So I checked in with them in 4 weeks and they said it'll be 4 to 5 weeks. Well, now we're 3+ months later and it's still a problem. And then they said the people who can really help you are these people. And I said, okay, how can I contact them? And they said, here's their fax number. Like,
fax, really?
I said, email, phone number, and they said, no, we only have a fax number. Like,
I said, okay, then you know what you do? You take a fax, you write on the piece of paper that says, call me, the phone number, and your name, and the word now.
I did sort of that, but I did actually write a letter. But I had to then figure out, how do I fax when you don't have a fax machine? You know, it's all the good stuff, Kanara, all the fun stuff.
So they're using a virtual fax then.
Yes, Kathy, a fax. I'm like, are we
Might
in
as well
like
be smoke
19?
signals.
Are we in 1990? What's going on here?
See, that's the other thing. You go to the fax, really? Question mark, exclamation mark, call me.
Yep, so crazy. All right, I'm making my. I'm not going to call it a Holy Trinity because it's just not. My paste.
Here's what I don't understand about the paste. Why is it a paste?
I don't know.
We're not rubbing it on the meat. See, I could say if this was a paste, we rubbed it on the meat, and then we browned the meat, and then we simmered the meat, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, again, I change a lot of recipes after I've made them the first time because I'll be like,
I feel that, yeah.
This doesn't make sense. Why are we doing this?
Can somebody tell me where the bowl is that I thought I got out? I guess I didn't.
Fail,
Kanara.
Were you trying to get it out when you almost dropped a bunch of things and then you put it away?
No, that was the paste bowl.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, maybe that was. Yeah, I think it was. I meant to get out both of these, and I only got out the one. Okay, so my bell peppers are cut.
I haven't
onions
done
are
that
cut.
yet. You're ahead of me.
Oh, you made dinner. This way I just get to sit
I
and
don't know
visit.
that queso is queso dinner. Is that okay for dinner, Robbie?
Is he eating it for
Just like
dinner?
Casey?
It's dinner.
He is eating it. I think he's eating all the
there
chips.
it is right there.
Do you need more chips?
We always need more chips.
Here are all the chips.
Always.
Maybe you can bring me one with some queso on it. Can we add that to your repertoire?
Only if he feeds it to you as well.
You heard her.
That's a different stream, though. That's a total different stream with totally different redemptions.
There we go.
That looks good, Robbie. I'm proud of you. Nice distribution between queso and chip.
Wait, I need.
Oh, what was that? What just fell? Oh.
It's a ghost.
Well, I refilled. So for those that don't know, I live in a very rural area, and so when I buy things, I buy in bulk. So I always buy like 25 pounds of bags of rice, beans, sugar, flour, and I had to refill them all yesterday. So I've got these big bags of the empty ones over here. Some can go into the burn pile, but the long grain rice one is like in a plastic bag, so we can't burn it. So it's filled with, I guess he's got some stuff in. The whole thing just fell over and scared the crud out of me. All right, so.
All right, I need a tablespoon of water for this. It is kind of weird because I think that with this, I would have toasted the spices and ground them up and just mashed the garlic.
Well, I kind of did that because I put the garlic through a crusher.
I didn't. I just put it all
press.
into my spice thing, which now smells like garlic and cumin.
To the meat in the sauce. Is this? Oh, so are we adding the stuff to the meat in the saucepan after the hour and 15 minutes? Probably.
Well,
Stir
let's
in
see.
half a cup of chili liquid. I'm going to start with a quarter cup of the chili liquid and taste as I go.
Okay, and know that those flavors are going to get bigger.
Yeah.
You know, as it simmers.
Because when it comes to super spicy foods, dilution is a solution to pollution. But I don't want to have a pot with 12 cups of liquid in it now because I got it too hot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
About the After Dark with Kanara. No, we're not talking about that, Claire. What happens in my stream stays in my stream. I mean, seriously. We actually have a command for it now.
After
Graham
Dark with
wanted it as a
Kanara. What
command.
is After Dark with Kanara? I don't know that I've seen that on stream.
It doesn't happen on stream. It's like Kanara After Dark peeks her head out and goes, "Hey," because I'm a PG-13 streamer and I try to keep it, like
Me too.
kids could come into my stream and watch my stream. But every now and then, Kanara After Dark, it's like I'm here doing my teaching thing, and all of a sudden I turn around and it's like, "Hey," and then things come out of my mouth that shouldn't come out of my mouth. Like
I'm Dana.
petting wood.
Dana After Dark and other people's streams. Or, if we're like at a convention or something together.
Yeah, okay, that I can agree with. And by the way, guys, yes, Dana and Robbie and myself and Mustache Man will be at TwitchCon.
Whoop whoop. All right, I gotta use my blender. I'm gonna mute. Mute here for a second.
In a blender. Okay. I'm not touching these chilies with my hands. I'm picking them up with the tongs and putting them in here. I'm not, Get out the pieces. This is the Morita chili. Now, I won't be able to get the chili flakes out of there that I put in there in substitute of the diarbo. So I'm going to leave them in there. And when I add in part of this liquid into that, I'll make sure that I get some of those. But that heat is definitely going to be dispersed throughout there.
So I do this a
hang on.
lot. I do dried chilies. I rehydrate them. I put them with other stuff and stick them in the blender. Like for things like ranchero salsa and things. It makes such a difference than, just putting chili powders and stuff into it. Although I use chili powders too, but that's my favorite way to make the salsas and stuff. Yes, you too?
No, I'm doing that to Robbie.
Oh, to Robbie, what did he say?
Right there. So I just tasted the liquid that these steeped in.
Uh-huh.
Because remember, I still have a hard time tasting things, but I'm not getting a lot of heat from it. So I'm going to taste this once I grind it up and see if I.
So
Are
you
we
want
not adding?
No,
salt in this recipe?
you add the water. You're supposed to grind those up in the blender with the water that they were in.
Oh, it says in a blender, process the chilies. Oh, and they're liquid until you have a smooth sauce. Okay, sorry, did not read that part.
I've done that before too.
Let's get that in. That's good to know. I'm glad you're there to.
Hey, I need somebody doing that to me.
So wait a minute. Okay, hold up. In a blender. Okay, it says pass the sauce through a strainer.
Yes.
And reserve a half a cup of the liquid. Well, what are we doing with the stuff that's in the strainer?
Well, that's just to get the big pieces out, so that you don't have big pieces of the chili peppers in your thing. So you're putting in a blender, you're putting the chilies in their liquid, and you're getting a smooth sauce, and then you're just passing it through a strainer to get the little bits and pieces that didn't process until smooth. Does that make sense?
Kind of, but my thing is if it says smooth, then it's smooth.
Yeah, you're always still going to have those little pieces. You don't have to do it. I'm
going to do it. It says to. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right, guys.
You go for it.
I'm going to mute me. I don't know how do I mute me? I don't know how to mute me. I don't see a mute thing on here for me to mute myself.
Robbie, are you able to mute?
Oh, wait, I found it. I found it. Okay, hang on.
She's got it. So while she's muted, I will not finish processing my chilies so that we're not completely muted. I'll just start chopping up my bell pepper. We'll do that. How much do I need? Let me look. Half a cup. So that's not very much. So, all right. So, has anybody here had?
I think this looks good.
Yeah? That's got to be so hard. I can't imagine not being able to
taste that.
Taste food long term.
It's been 2 months.
I've had
over 2 months now.
I've had colds where I can't taste anything for a week or something, or I can't taste very much. But
wait,
yeah.
What is that? What is that? My kid. Okay, so my daughter is I don't know where she's going right now, but she says this is her words exactly. I'm getting picked up in a driverless car tonight. I feel compelled to tell you that I love you. You've been a wonderful mom for 34 years.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what if the car breaks the law? Who gets fined?
That's a good question, Kanara. That's a really good question. Robbie, do you have an answer to that? No? You know, you can talk. You have a microphone.
He's like, I'm eating.
Yep. Say something.
I was eating my queso.
You were eating your queso.
Okay, so I've got my, hang on.
What do you guys, who gets the ticket if a driverless car is breaks
Because
the law?
what if it sees, now I'm assuming that the programming is that if it sees a yellow light, it just starts to stop.
You know,
Not like regular humans where yellow means book it, get through before it turns red.
I'm going to say that there was a time, Kanara, that I said common sense is the road that I'm going to assume everybody and everything is going to take. But now, at 55 years old, nothing surprises me. I'm like, why?
Like we're rethinking that.
Why? Why? I'm just like, and I'll tell you, I worked in 45 minutes. So the meat.
Oh, we've been at 45 minutes already?
Yes, for the meat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like I worked at a addiction recovery center, you know, an inpatient thing, and the stories people would tell at this point, nothing surprises me. So.
So either my cooking element has stopped working.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I just turned it up. Mine has not been cooking. I should have checked that earlier.
Oh, no.
It's been sitting in hot water.
What?
Although, I will say the meat's not half bad.
Okay.
The meat's not half bad. So if we let it go a little bit longer, it should be good. It should be just fine.
All right, let me see if mine's tender.
Mine is not quite tender, but if you had to eat it, you could. Okay.
Mine's about there too.
Okay, well, let's let it cook for a while longer. Okay, so I'm mashing this chili sauce where I'm getting hot chili stuff everywhere, apparently. Because, oh, okay. Mistakes were made. Oh! Okay, you would think that I had crab claws on because I'm dropping. Oh, that's why I have that sitting there because it's holding up the handle.
You know, some days when you cook, you're like, it's like for me in the kitchen, I'm like, everything is going, it's flowing, everything's working. And then there's other days it's just like, I look like
Why did I get up this morning?
Yes, I look like I've never been in a kitchen before. What's going on here? So I haven't cut my onion yet.
Okay, so I think I have, okay, let me put this through. Let me rinse. For those who have never worked like with hot chilies and peppers, when you have paste and stuff like this, don't rinse these in hot water. Rinse them in cold water. You will end up just really
Cold water,
smoking your own, yeah. Because the heat will make that capsaicin just come right up in your face.
You mean
At
like
least
if
you get the bulk of it off.
like if you're boiling a bunch of chilies for too long when you've got a guest in your kitchen?
Kind of, yeah, kind of just exactly like that. I mean, kind of exactly like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, it's coming back up to a simmer now. So the heat has been there. It just hasn't been. All right, so I'm straining this.
The chili.
Okay, I'm straining
stuff.
this, and it says reserve half a cup of the liquid. That's the only. I'm going to be lucky if I get a half a cup out of this.
I'm trying. Let's see what it's doing with that. Smell whisk and flour. Whisk and flour. It doesn't even show that you're doing anything different with it, so I would put it in. Let's see. To the meat in the saucepan, add. Yeah, it doesn't show that you're doing anything else with it, so that's kind of weird. I'll probably just put all of mine in there.
I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to taste it first, though, just to make sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to taste it first. But yeah, I see what you mean. So it's the skins that we're kind of filtering out
Yes.
through the thing. Okay. I don't work a lot. I mean, I do spicy foods and whatever, but I do it with other seasons. I don't work a lot with dried chilies and so for those that don't know, if it's raw, it's a pepper. If it's dried and smoked, it's a chili. And a lot of people think that they're different things, but they're not. So it's a jalapeno when you pick it off the vine, and it's a chipotle if you smoke it and dry it.
You know what else I have found, Kanara? Oh, Claire, thank you.
Claire Meister 4 cheered 100.
Thank you so much
Sorry
for the
I cannot
bits.
donate funds won't allow me, but can give bits Kenner loved and ask love
Hey.
Kenner loved and ask love.
Okay.
You know, here's the thing, Claire. We just are glad people are here.
So I did a stream where I needed chilies and I couldn't get them anywhere. And that Texas cryptid, and I met them when I went out to Texas to see my mom and dad because they lived close by, and they had purchased like a whole bunch of chilies for me and sent them to me.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, so yeah, you wouldn't want to eat these skins. I see. Yeah, this is kind of yeah, they look tough. They look like lizard skin. Not that I know what lizard skin looks like, or that I've eaten lizard skin to understand that it's not palatable. But that's what I'm going with.
You know, it might be if you fried it up, be like chicken skin. Who knows?
Okay, that's kind of good. That looks kind of good.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Rinsing,
I'm making a mess.
I even have my window open, my kitchen window open up like by 2 inches, and I can feel that cold
That
air
is
coming in. But I'm like, I'm not taking a chance. Nope.
Robbie, thank you for bear awareness. For
Drink
the
more,
bits.
cook less cheered 101.
I
Thank you.
remember. I remember when Dana tried to smoke me out.
Da, 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 da.
Hello, April. How are you doing today? Okay, this
You
is my
make
kid.
me crazy. Remember, we sang when we were over here in my house in the kitchen.
Okay, she said the brand, the car company is called Waymo, Waymo.
Oh yes, I didn't realize they were driverless because we've got those here too.
Now I've seen the little pod creatures on the sidewalk that are delivering meals and things to people.
What?
Yeah, so if you order like a meal, the pods, they load up the pods, they hit the address, it locks.
Claire
So
Meister
nobody else
4
can get
cheered
into it except for
100.
the person who gets
Thank
the food.
you.
They're given the code, so when the little pod thing arrives, they just enter the code and it opens up. And if you are seen, apparently there's like a huge fine if you're seen attacking one of these things.
Oh,
They have
really?
cameras. They have a camera that does, completely 360 up, down, and they have other additional cameras. And I'm like, yeah, that's a little much for me. First of all, I want to see them come down my gravel road.
That would be fun.
That'd be content right there. I need the one that has the tracks, that go like this.
Yes.
The tracks that go around here.
Yes. Well, now
Okay,
they've got, they've got little robots now that have 4 legs and can walk on rocky terrain.
Skynet.
So,
All right, this is my sauce. Is that looking like what you think it should be?
Yes. I've already put mine in here.
In with the meat?
Yeah. I'm putting all the stuff in there.
Well, wait. It says let it simmer for 1 hour and 15 minutes, and then add all the stuff and let it cook for another half an hour. I thought.
Well, we did let it go for 45 minutes.
But it's supposed to be an hour and 45 minutes, or an hour and
No,
an hour
an
and
hour,
15 minutes.
hour and 15. So I think it's close enough. So
Yeah,
basically,
let's do it anyway.
It's supposed to be until the meat gets tender, and both of us said it's pretty close. And I mean, I'd rather have it cooking in the flavors. I'd rather the meat start
that's
to
my
bring the
thing.
flavors in there.
Okay, so which am I adding? The Rotel tomatoes?
I think the Rotel tomatoes would be good. So, so thank you, Claire, for the biddies, and April. I'm so sorry you're tired. We're tired. And hello to everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Math is hard.
All right, so the Rotel tomatoes are in. Okay,
And I need a
that's
quarter.
done. That was easy. I don't need those. Now I'm going with my bell peppers. I did red bell peppers. Which peppers did you do?
I did green.
Green ones really make me burp like a lot, so I always get the red or the orange.
I
Okay,
didn't.
so 1 onion.
I know the red and the orange ones are sweeter, and so I didn't really want the sweetness. But if I'd had red or orange or yellow ones, I would have used those. So here's something that I found as I was cooking one night, and I was growing my own jalapenos. Is that a lot of people didn't realize that all of the peppers, like the jalapenos and the poblanos and things, while we're getting them green at the store most of the time, that they actually can get red. Like if you keep them on the vine long enough, and they get a little sweeter as they turn those colors.
This recipe calls for 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Okay.
Does it?
Yep.
Yep.
And Mexican oregano. So if you guys have Mexican
Look, there
oregano
is.
and or Greek oregano or Turkish oregano, they are not the same. They're not even the same plant.
Nope.
But that's why we use botanical names versus common names. So both regions called their particular plant oregano.
But they are different things.
Different plant, totally different flavors.
Yeah.
Totally different flavors. So how much of this we're doing? Only 1/4 teaspoon?
Yeah, I put a little more in there.
I did too. I did 1/2. We're being rebels.
I'm a rebel. I forgot to get the bay leaves out yet.
Rebel, that's how we do. Oh, should we make our masa stuff?
Our masa. Yeah, let's
I'm
get
so
all of
glad-
this in here because
Yeah.
this is gonna be simmering, so we got plenty of time.
Okay, I'm just gonna add 1/2 of that sauce right now,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna taste it after it simmers and blooms a little bit,
Okay.
and then we'll see if we
That
want to
sounds
add
good.
more. Okay, so I have in here the Mexican oregano. Yes, I have in here my Holy Trinity. Right. Okay, we got that in there.
Boo.
I have in my bell pepper, my tomato, my onion, all my chili stuff. Okay, and all my beef. Okay, let's give this a stir. Let me see if I can say.
So, are you a person who gets out the measuring spoons a lot, or when you're cooking like dinners and stuff?
I had them out, but I just do everything by my hand. I don't use them.
Me too. I was
I
just
just,
wondering.
I would say the only time I would use like measurements is if I'm doing something that's like a critical baking thing. But when it comes to food stuff like this, I know right now that we use approximately 1 teaspoon of salt per 1 pound of beef to properly season it. I have about 2 pounds of beef in there, but I do have low sodium beef stock, so that's going to add some. So I know I probably will want a little bit more salt in there, but I'm going to err on the side of caution because he watches his salt really good.
Yeah. Robbie's
let's
really good
see.
about watching his salt. I really suck at it.
Ooh, okay. I'm not adding any more of that sauce in there. That's already
Spicy.
That's got some heat.
The
Yeah, but
dried
it's good.
peppers.
It's
the
perfect,
dried
yes.
peppers, and you don't even have arbols in there, which are the super spicy ones. So.
Yeah, I just have the red pepper flakes. Why am I putting that? I don't even put that over there. This stays over here to stir. Okay, so we put
But
the
you
lid
can
back on
taste
this.
it.
I can taste. It's more of I can sense the bitterness from the smokiness of the Morito chili. But there's something there but it's not like I can say, oh, I taste XYZ. Oh, there it is. Sometimes, okay, let's do the cinnamon challenge, shall we?
No. I mean, you
No,
can
no.
you can do it.
No, it's not that. This is what I bring this out to see how much I can smell it.
Okay.
Like today, I can smell the cinnamon, guys. It's been faint for the last week. I can smell the cinnamon. But what happens is I smell it, and then when I go back in, nothing. I don't smell a thing. I get one sniff, and that's all I get. One sniff.
I'm so glad that when I had COVID back. I had it in 2021, at the beginning of 2021. I didn't lose taste or anything.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So,
Oh, let's think about this. If this wasn't a soup and we saved the beef, or maybe we eat more of the broth than we do the beef, whatever it is, you could take the beef, shred it up. I'm thinking of like a like they've got like roast beef sandwiches or like chopped beef sandwiches,
yeah,
but do
yeah.
it with like avocado and maybe a lime crema, shredded lettuce, roll it up in a tortilla or even on a grinder bun. I'm just hungry. Don't judge.
Well, no,
Don't judge.
so like when you talk about like a burrito taco, it's cooked very much like this, right? It's cooked in a broth, and then they take that broth and make what they call a consomme. It's not really what we would traditionally call a consomme, and they put it on the side, and you're supposed to dip your burrito taco in the consomme and eat it. And you'll see that with brisket tacos a lot, just regular brisket tacos. You'll see that it comes with the side of the stuff it was cooked in.
I want all of that, like right now.
I mean, I can't turn down brisket tacos. I love brisket tacos.
Do you guys see this? This is what Dana sent to me. The heirloom white corn masa harina. And I cut my little thingy out from my tortilla press.
Yes.
Which I love how they put on there. This is not a bag. I'm not a bag. Don't throw me away. I'm like, I love this. It was so cute.
And it worked really well. I was really surprised. I got it for myself because, we always have these things that are sticking to the plate. And, Hacienda, if you want to sponsor me, that would be really awesome because I buy your products all the time.
Sponsor this woman.
So I've got these tortilla press liners. And then I've used these before, and you're supposed to be able to use them several times. And it works so much better.
I've been using a Glad bag. I cut this.
Me too.
The zipper part off, but it doesn't like fit really well. That one fits in there really nice.
Yeah.
So we need warm water.
Yes. Yes. And what's great about, so this heirloom corn cannara that Hacienda has, I don't know if you've used it before. Where did mine go?
No, this is my first time.
They carry the white, which is what I sent you, but they also have yellow, red, and blue corn. And they get them from these small farms in Mexico. So that grow the heirloom corn. They're called, these little farms, I believe, are called milpas. I think I've got that right. And they grow the heirloom corn, and it's a little different. It's kind of like grapes for wine. Depending on their terroir will depend on what their corn tastes like. And they grow it with beans and squash. And did you know that if you take your corn and you make masa out of it, which requires your corn in an alkali and water, it breaks down the protein barriers in the corn, so you get more protein from the corn when you're eating it. But if you take beans, squash, and masa, you have got all of the same proteins you would get out of a piece of meat.
Wow. That's cool.
And when they grow them together like that, they balance out the nutrients in the soil, so they don't tire the soil out. So, hi, George. How are you doing?
I have a question, Dana.
Yes.
It says on the back of your 1 packed cup of masa harina. How hard do you pack it?
I don't really pack it that hard. I do it mostly by feel at this point, but I start by putting in less water. And then what I do is I look for the texture of almost Play-Doh, let it sit, and then it should be the right texture.
So I am so happy with this masa harina. I'm packaging it now into a mason jar so I can seal it to make sure that I have all the goodness.
Yeah.
He's already like, can you make like a couple dozen of those? I'm like,
so
doing
this is
10 per stream.
Can I just do the stream deck over here and get the right one on there? So this is what the red masa looks like.
That's going to be pretty.
So
I am so excited.
But I use the white corn most often. I just thought I would do a different color than you so you can see what it looks like.
Hello, George, and hello, Lord Velos. What I
And
will
Lord
do is add
Velos,
some cream.
hello.
So wait, we need a half a cup of warm water, and we're just going to add a little bit. Are we talking warm water like we're proofing yeast, like 110, or
Yeah,
hotter?
just warm. I mean, it's just going to hydrate better if it's a little warm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to bring over 2/3 cup because I'm only going to do a little bit at a time, like you said. Oh, how much salt are we adding into this?
I usually just throw some in there.
Gotcha. Thrown.
just throw, you want to just,
Do you do it by hand or do you mix it up with a spoon first?
I usually mix it with a spoon.
Okay.
Then
so
I
there's a
get
little bit of water.
I get my hands in there.
You got to get in there and get it done. Okay. I'm pressing and pressing and pressing. Now, I've made flour tortillas numerous times.
And see, I don't do flour because of the gluten, and
That's
so
right, yeah.
one of the reasons I was like,
Ooh.
but I do have flour
I
tortillas
can
here
kind
for
of smell
Robbie.
this. I can kind of smell that corn, that corn scent.
Doesn't it
Oh, that
smell
makes me
good?
excited.
So
That makes me very excited.
another interesting thing, Kanar, did you know that 98% of the corn grown in the United States is not used for food?
That's sad.
And yeah. So this is a lot different. So for those of you who've made tortillas, you are probably familiar with Maseca, which is the brand you see in all the grocery stores. It's the most common brand. It'd be kind of like Bisquick or something. And there's nothing wrong with it per se, but it's not an heirloom corn. So it's here in the United States. It's been bred and changed so that they can grow lots and lots of it. But it is what's mostly used around the world.
I might need more water. And I've already put 2/3 cup in. I think I packed mine down too tight.
Maybe. More,
I'm just gonna
more
grab a
just
little bit
means
more
more
just to have it.
just means more tortillas.
You don't see me complaining.
And so then I get my hands in there and I kind of knead it a little bit. So do that before you add more water and see if it feels dry.
I'm trying to like squeeze it together like Kanara's so small. Yeah, because I want to see her hands. That's what I can
See?
Oh, mine's still, okay, hang on. So
See
this
how-
is 1 cup and mine's still really sandy.
Okay, add a little more water. Sometimes it happens. That's why I told you I don't measure it per se, just because how it feels is a better indication of whether it's going to make a good tortilla or not. Not flavor-wise, but stay together and
How much are you supposed to, how much are you supposed to flip out onto the counter? Just so I know I got the right ratio.
So what?
I want to make sure I got the right ratio of how much I'm supposed to flip out on the counter while I'm trying to,
While you're trying to do this?
yeah, because mine's going everywhere because it's just all crumbly right now. Ooh,
Oh,
okay, wait, now it's feeling a little bit
okay.
better. I've added, okay, so far I'm almost at a cup of water.
Well, I think it is supposed to be. Did you put 1 cup of masa in there?
Uh-huh. It said
So
half a cup
1
of
cup.
water.
So no, I think it's
No,
1
it
to
said
1.
half a cup. Oh, is it?
It's
Oh, maybe
1 to
that's where my
1.
problem is. Oh, it is. No wonder. Okay, well, look at me reading the recipe. I thought it was 1 to 1. You know what? I was looking at the image on the water thing, and it looked like it was at the half mark. So I was like, oh, okay, it's half cup of water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the masa is usually a 1 to 1 ratio, but sometimes you need a little less, sometimes you need a little more. And then I'm just going to
Kamara is
wrap.
learning.
So I'm just going to wrap mine in some
Wait, what
plastic.
texture is? Okay, so yours actually holds together really nice in a ball.
Yes, but you don't want it too wet, because I've made that mistake on more than one occasion. And then we're just going to let that sit for a few minutes and hydrate.
Oh, okay, there goes some more.
You're supposed to get some on the counter. It's good luck.
Okay, maybe my bowl is too deep, and I should have used a shallower bowl. I should have treated this like pasta and just put it on the counter and put the water in the middle.
Thank you, George. I'll hydrate. Yes, and if I have missed anybody who has followed while we've been doing this. I apologize. I'm not forgetting you, and I adore you and love you for being here, and thank you for the follows and being part of the community here. And thank you, Ratty Patty. See, look, I'm paying attention now.
Exclamation point, donate if you want Dana to have to wear crab claws
Or
do something
Kanara.
silly with a crab claws.
Or Kanara.
Okay, so this is, should I be adding more water because mine's kind of
I'd add a
bubbly still?
little bit more water to it.
So I'll just do a couple of drops. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's kind of fold
So
that
that when
over.
it's holding together, it's not cracking too much. So just try to get it into a ball. So.
We're not needing to build gluten. Oh, I have a hydrate?
Yes, apparently you have a hydrate.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's corn. I mean, it's just corn. So it's not going to build
yeah,
up
we don't
any
have
gluten.
any gluten that's going to build
Yeah.
up. Okay. Did someone say crab claws?
Oh,
They're
it
my
smells
favorite.
good in here. It smells good. How was your queso, honey? Was it good? Your queso? You're very quiet.
I need my. See, I think it feels like it's hydrated enough, but if I smash it, it cracks on the edges.
That's okay. Roll it up into a ball.
Okay.
If you've got some plastic out, wrap it up in some plastic. And we'll let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
what?
It looks Play-Doh-ish.
Even if they're not perfect, they're going to taste good.
They are.
All right. Rolling it into I got the hiccups now. Rolling it into a ball and wrapping it in the plastic wrap. There we go.
Yes. Did someone say crab claws? Yes, Lord Fellows. We have.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking to Mustache Man. Sorry about that.
Wait till we cook them, Claire, for, I mean, you can have the dough, but we're actually going to cook them too, so.
I even have my cast iron skillet ready to go. Okay.
I need to get mine out.
Do I need to put this in the refrigerator, or we just let it sit on the counter?
I just let it sit on the counter.
Done.
Because we're only going to let it sit for about 10 or 15 minutes, and if we chill it, then it can sometimes get a little hard.
Gotcha.
Not smash very well.
Okay, I'm going to put some dishes in the dishwasher then.
Oh, I'm not doing any dishes. I got somebody to do that.
I do too.
I just got the stare.
The look with the one raised eyebrow.
No, it was the squinty eyes.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
That never bodes well when you get the squinty eyes.
Oh, those squinty eyes. Yeah. For those of you who are unfamiliar with food and drink streams, the one thing about them is that there's cleanup afterwards.
A lot.
So I wish we could cook at the convention. That would be so fun.
Yeah. I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't foresee that ever being part of their allowing us to do, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can make something happen somewhere else. If we want to.
It'd be cool if, but when there's conventions and things going on, that's when, the restaurants are all hopping and doing everything else. My thought was, I wish there was a restaurant there that we could say, hey, we're the food and drink streamers on Twitch. Can we come use your kitchen? And I promise you that when we leave, your kitchen will be cleaner than when we started.
Is that true? You think that's true? It'll be cleaner than when we started?
Well, I will say, with the Master Food Preserver program, we've cooked in many kitchens. And the one compliment we always got, because I always called people up and say, okay, we're all done with our class, everything's put away. Let me know if there's anything. And every single one of them has called me back or emailed me saying, your volunteers left it cleaner than I know what it was when they went in there. Not that it was bad when they went in,
right.
It wasn't bad, but when my volunteers were done, they knew the covers come off the stove, everything gets wiped down, scrubbed down, the front of all of the appliances, everything.
Everything gets done.
We want to be invited back. We want to be invited back.
Absolutely.
We took pride in what we did.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm wondering if
What happened
there's
to
like
last
a kitchen, like a teaching kitchen or something that might let us do something. Because you're right, the restaurants aren't going to want to let go. Hey, there's a convention in town.
You know what one place might do, is if in that area, which I doubt there is because that's a big tourist area and real estate is at a premium, but if there was a community, like a community center,
Uh huh.
oftentimes they have kitchens, they have full kitchens. Oh, I have a Twitch question for either of you. If I unfollow someone, I received a gift sub for, no, they still get the money.
No, subs,
It's
subs and
only if you
follows
go
are.
cancel it
Yeah.
and ask for the money back type thing, but no. Don't unfollow me.
I mean,
Is that what you're saying, Claire?
I've gotten gift subs to channels I haven't followed. Like random, I'll be like, I don't even know who this
Yeah.
person is, but now I've got a sub, and then I go follow. But no, the subs and the follows are separate things.
Now, if I remember correctly, last time when I did the tortillas, it was the flour tortillas, I'd make one, throw it in the skillet, get the other one, squish that one, flip the tortilla, take that out, open this up, full. It was kind of like
Yes.
okay,
Yeah. Right.
can do
Right
this.
around like that.
I can do this.
So I like how this one says bottom sheet, but I have it on the top. I wonder how that happened.
Oh, I didn't separate mine.
But you got to separate them. That's why they
Why?
have to. That's why they have to tell you it's not a bag.
I did this. I just put it in like this
Oh, yeah.
so
Okay.
that it would stick.
Okay. I like it because it clings to it better than the plastic
Yes!
ones.
The plastic bags curl up on them. They go,
Yep.
and they get all curled up on there.
Yep.
This was neat.
Yes.
And this part goes on the bottom, right?
Yes, I had it on the top, but that it says bottom sheet. So
I can't read that. That font is so small that ain't ever going to be read in my lifetime.
It says in the middle. It says masa ball, and then it says
Masa
underneath
ball.
it. It says underneath it bottom sheet, and then over to the side where it says smoosh.
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 I like that. Smoosh.
Every once in a while, I look up and I'm like, "What is on my head?" Oh yeah, I have a mohawk.
Oh, not a problem, Kathy. Oh, that's right. I was like, what's going on over there? She's embracing the wild side.
just for a night. Just for a night.
So just so you guys know that if somebody could do exclamation point dono, I need to see the little thingy there. If somebody could do that for me, that would be terrific. That would be awesome sauce because I need to see something on there.
Hello.
Hopefully Dana remembers to charge the gimbal. I wish I could do. So the tiny claws, there's cards that are competitions.
Yeah.
Or they could be solo, they could be competitions. And the cards have like,
We could do one.
Both people have to do that. Yeah, but pick an easy one. Don't give them like a good one because they have to pay for the good ones.
The
I'm
good
just
ones
saying.
they have to pay for? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Find one that was
take-
just kind of like, this is one I picked. I wasn't really, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So let's see here. How about using our claws, and then we have to get a spoon that we balance on our nose, and then we have to spin around. But we have to use our claws to get the spin. So there are some things where we have to like stack cups or.
Oh,
Get
look, you
this.
can pick up the spoon like in between the actual claws.
How did you do? Oh, interesting. Okay.
How do you get the spoon to stick on your nose? How big
can't-
is your spoon? Do we have, are our spoons too big?
I think.
Hang on.
So you put glue on your spoon.
Wait, it's sticking to my, okay, hang on. Wait, how do you get this? I've never been able to do this trick. How do you do this trick?
I don't know. Let me get a smaller spoon. I've never tried it, so I don't know.
Does it go, no, it doesn't go that way. Wait, if I put it underneath my glasses, maybe? Can I do it like that?
Well,
Oh,
that's cheating.
shh, no, it's not.
Okay, then I'm going to rest it on my chin.
Okay, I can do that.
Maybe.
Oh, wow, now I'm dizzy.
Don't get
Whoa.
dizzy.
Whoa.
I can't
Wow.
get it. You would think that this would be.
Okay, hang on.
This would
hang
be. All right, what's the trick? Who knows how to balance a spoon on your nose? What's the trick? What's the trick? Can I put some like honey on my nose and make it stick?
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that right there. And let me know if it works. Okay, I got it.
All right. It's not really balancing, but
How many times do I have to spin around in a circle?
just
How many times do I have to do this? I'm getting really dizzy.
until right before you get this.
Ta-da! Now don't put these back in the drawer.
No?
Or will we?
Come on over, have dinner. Okay. So those
Okay,
are the
hang on,
kinds of things.
That's what you guys get. Well, hello, Ratty Patty.
Hello, Ratty Patty. Kanara did it. She wins that one for sure.
It stuck. I did the steam on the spoon.
Oh, maybe
went-
that's the trick.
I did like a steam, like it's a steamer.
Woo!
I need a taster spoon. Well, I could do the one that was on my nose. However, that probably has makeup and stuff on it now. I mean, it wasn't like it was in my nose, but you know. Hello, pumpkin spice. Hang on, I want to try the broth from this and see where we're going.
Okay. What's funny is
It doesn't need more salt, but I can taste the. Why did it taste? Okay.
What are you tasting?
COVID taster. But I'm tasting something like vinegar. Like you know how vinegar tastes when it's been added to collard greens. You don't taste the vinegar, but you kind of get that. That's what I'm getting.
Which is funny because we didn't add any kind of acid like that. We just have like some tomatoes.
No, but when I was walking down my hallway before streams, I've been getting like some phantom scents. Scents as an SCENTS. I'm walking down the hallway. I'm like, what is that smell? And it smelled like diesel fuel or gasoline. Now sometimes he's come in from the garage and he's been working on something or whatever, but he was just sitting in his office. I'm like, why do I smell gasoline? So I don't know. My nose needs a reboot.
Sounds like it.
It needs a reboot. All right, so if you guys don't know, that's right there. A card is picked, and we have to do whatever the card says. By the way, I would like it to be noted.
You won?
I don't know. Dana, I need to see you for a second.
Okay.
I just need to see you. I don't need to like. Okay, so I'd like it. Well, now you can go back to what you were doing. But I just realized I've been cleaning up, and I still have my crab claws on.
I saw that. I was like, all right, she wants to keep wearing them. That's fine.
Da 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 da.
I wore them for a second, but then I was like, yeah, I don't need to wear them, even though Kanara's still wearing them, but I'm good.
Oh, way to go. Thanks a lot. Team player. She's like, oh, no, I'm totally setting her up.
Totally not a team
Dana
player.
After Dark has arrived. Welcome to the stream.
It's
Miss
Dana after
Dark.
this is Dana at twilight, so it's not quite Dana After Dark.
Dana at Twilight.
So
$5 donut.
Oh, there we go. Gnomes are great. Or neat. Neat. Okay.
Gnomes are neat.
Neat.
Gnomes are neat.
All right, so we got to pick something. Thank you so much for your donation to No Kid Hungry. We got to see. Were you in that one at the convention when why am I blanking on her name? From No Kid Hungry was there when the food. You were in there. Food and drink streamers were talking about that.
Yeah, and Andy was there. B-Bubs was on the panel.
Yep.
Andy Link was there. Yeah.
Okay, how about? Do you have your cups?
How many?
How about all of them? How about if we stack them?
Oh, okay.
But
hang on. I got it.
but you know, like in a pyramid thing, do you have space?
Okay,
for
here.
it?
Yeah, let me move
You
my
have to move all your spoons that you had on your nose.
my tortilla.
Oh, okay.
Let me go grab the other cups. They're over on the table.
Okay.
I wasn't sure how many we're going to need. So, I guess I should close the dishwasher before I trip over it. So I will say this, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'd have to chill it down first, though. I'm trying to get the ball out. Oh, okay, there we go.
I don't think it'll matter for this one. I think that we have to just
Now I have 2 balls.
You have 2 balls. Perfect. You don't need more than that.
Okay, so do we have to have them? Okay, hang on. Are we starting with them like? Okay.
I think.
Are we starting with them like this?
Sure, you could do that, and then we can only use our two fingers, and then stack them up into a pyramid thing.
Okay,
You know what I'm
this
saying?
it's hard to. Oh my gosh! Whoa.
Are you starting? Okay.
Oh, are we starting? Okay, am I going back?
No, you can start from there. That's fine.
Okay, wait. I'll give you. I'm gonna let you get a couple seconds.
Nah, that's fine. You just go. You go. Some of mine are stuck together.
Yeah.
So it's
Blah, 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 blah.
oh, there we
Blah, blah,
go.
blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay,
Did
is that
you-
all of them? Oh.
Did you notice that Leo is Theodore is hanging on my he's hanging up over here watching us.
I have a problem. I can't pick it off with my finger. My finger's in the claw. Mistakes were made. Okay, so if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so no, it has to be like this. Wait, do you mean like stacking up or just making a pyramid shape? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think she's gonna win this one. I thought we were just like doing it here on the.
All right, let's see. Mine are stuck together. All right. All right, let's
These are
see
hard
here.
to pick up.
Yes. It's harder than it looks, right?
Oh, wait a minute. We don't have enough to make a full pyramid.
Well,
How many do you have on the bottom? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have 4.
Okay, but then we're gonna have 1 left over.
Well, make it pretty.
2 left over.
Figure it out, Kanara.
Okay, well if we're only doing 4 on the bottom.
I'm gonna go like this. It's sticking.
There's no way I'm gonna be able to get that other one on top of that. There's no. Okay, props to Dana. If Dana could, okay, props to Dana.
Ah!
Props to Dana.
Ah! Don't fall.
Come on, come on.
Ah! Almost. These are kind of sticking to the cups. The
Here,
little
hang
fingers
on.
are.
I gotta do it like
Hang
this.
on.
Not totally up there. Okay. Oh wow, yeah, this is.
Ta-da! See?
Dang! How did you do that?
See?
Okay, did you put this one on top of that? Okay, hang on. Since she won, I'm using my hands. I want to see if I can actually do this. I'm not going to try and do this. I admit defeat. Yeah. That is props, man. That was good. I don't know how you got. How on earth did you get that one
I
on
just
top of this one?
I balanced the rims together. But it did. All right, I saw.
can't believe, like,
So we have
woman.
another $10 donation from Amy PBR, and thank you so much to who did that donation before that? I can't remember. To Gnomes Are Great or Gnomes Are Neat. So do we do so? So here, Amy, you get to decide. We have to do 2 things. We could make our first tortillas with these on our fingers because Kanar's gonna...
Yeah. Why would you give them that as a suggestion, woman?
I told you I'm a little evil.
That one's Dana's. She picked it. She picked it.
Or
Mine?
you get to make a decision. Tell us what you'd like us to do, Amy. And then
I know what I'll do for a $100 donation that I've never done before in my life.
what is it?
If somebody donates a true $100 donation, I have never done a shot in my life.
Really?
Ever.
You're going to do a shot of
Ever.
what?
It'd be vodka,
Vodka?
because that's my drink of choice. I would try tequila, but I don't have a lime.
Yeah, you got to have the lime. You got to have
You
the
know?
lime.
I don't want just salt.
Yeah.
Although I
Okay.
do love salt, not gonna lie.
Well, let's do another thing. We've got that $10.
Oh, nope.
Oh,
Dana does the crab fingers. Kanara gets a free pass.
all
Amy,
right. That just means, Kanar, I'm going to get you back someday. It's fine.
Dang.
I have a long memory.
Would you do that as well for the $100?
For the
So all three of
$100,
us?
would I do it? Sure, I would do it too.
Well, wait, is that $100 for Kanara and $100 for Dana?
I think
Or are we
Robbie,
doing $100 together?
we could do $100 together, I think is what Robbie's asking. Yeah, that's what Robbie's asking. And I'm good with that. Oh, I got to.
And Robbie can't do it. Robbie can't. No, Robbie, you can't do it. Sorry.
If I can release, if he wants to donate $100 to charity, I'm not going to stop him. I'm not
he
going
can
to stop him.
donate. He can donate.
Whoop. I do have to
Hey,
work
these
tomorrow.
fit really
though.
good on the pinky fingers. Dun 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 dun.
And this is actually a game that's made so that you go head to head with somebody. Sometimes you could. So there's like 2 sets of these. They're super cute though, aren't they?
They're very soft. I don't know if I should be disturbed about that.
Why would you need to be disturbed about that?
Oh, Dana, you're not that innocent. Come on.
I mean, that's a little too small. I would hope. Otherwise, it may be a red flag.
Wait, what was her name? Wait a minute, what was her name? Oh, who we need her on the channel today is Dr. Ruth. She'll give us the true opinion on the crab claws.
I love Dr. Ruth.
Oh, you know what? She was fabulous. She was fabulous.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. The crab claws, you can do whatever you want with the crab claws. There are no limits. No limits. Just have a safe word.
All
Now
right.
I want to go watch reruns of that show somewhere.
Oh, it's so good. I think there's a. I
Make
think
it in
there's
here.
actually.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. I think there is. Was that you? Oh, you sent Bob shocked. So what was I going to say? Oh, I think there's a documentary on Dr. Ruth.
Is there? Okay, I've got to go look that up.
Yeah.
I have to go look that up.
All right, I'm going to make my first tortilla here.
Well, how do you determine how much dough to use?
I just make it.
Okay, so if I'm gonna do my first tortilla, then I'm gonna have to move my soup to the back burners.
Okay. And you want your pan, the thing is, you've got a really good corn tortilla when it puffs up a little bit when you cook it. And it has to be, you have to make sure your pan is hot. I, for years, made them, and I don't think my pan was hot enough. And so they didn't have that kind of, that air in between the sides of it, if that makes sense.
Have you tested the meat on your?
I have. It tastes really yummy. I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm thinking about just letting it sit over here with a lid on it. Let me see.
I've got my lid cracked on it to let some of so that it thickens
Forget
up
it.
a
If
little.
somebody does a $100 dono, we both have to do a shot.
Vodka. I won't do tequila since I've got to work tomorrow. Vodka's okay.
Good. Not too spicy. I'm gonna let it continue simmering.
Mine's got some good heat in it, which is good because Robbie prefers the heat. So I usually. Oh, you're over there.
Turn that down. Okay. Okay, so let me get my pan. So what heat do you put your pan on? Like a medium?
No, I put it probably medium high. But it'll just depend on how hot your stove gets.
Well, it's a ceramic. I won't do them over there because the burner on my old stove is only about 2 inches in diameter. So the center gets good and hot, but
The rest of it doesn't.
yeah. So this is pretty good for like. So if this is okay, let's do this. Hang on, let's weigh this. I'm supposed to get about 10 tortillas out of this, correct?
Okay, this is about how big I do mine.
What am I looking at? Oh, okay, like a golf ball.
Yeah. But you could do them a little
Okay.
bigger if you want.
So I'm going to do mine at about 31 grams each.
Okay?
Yes, I am that person.
Let's see how big those get. And you're back. Claire's back.
Welcome back. The names have all changed since you hung around. But my pan isn't hot yet.
Yeah, you got to wait till it's hot
Gotta
to
wait for
put
my
them
pan to
in.
go. But I can start dividing these up into 30 and
You
then just
sure
kind of keep them
can.
covered.
Yes, you definitely want to keep them covered.
Oh, wow, that was 50. How much did I say it had to be?
30
Okay, that's
something.
42. Wow, this stuff weighs. This stuff is dense.
Yes.
All right, that's a 34-er. That would work. Oh, I got to get something out to keep my tortillas warm, don't I?
Yes.
I don't have a tortilla warmer. I tried to find one, but not around here.
No. I actually found mine at Sur La Table, and it was on sale at the end of the season
there you go.
last year. I had another one, but it was the old style ones.
Wait, what's the difference? Well, yeah, the one.
The old style ones are
I just remember like the
plastic.
plastic ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one I know of.
This one I like.
What does
These,
yours look like?
So it's
Oh,
just, and
I
it's
like
much,
that.
and it's much better actually than those. It keeps them warm, and for the
Yeah.
corn ones, because of the steam in here, it actually softens them up a little bit, so they're not real, because that's the
Oh,
problem.
then I'm
with
going to look
corn
for something
tortillas.
like that. I'll look for something like that. Oh, that one was almost dead on.
That's because you rock. All right, I got my first.
Guesstimation.
I'm wearing my crab fingers, and I'm making this happen.
We need a close-up of the crab claws and the skill that's being used. Not the Skittles, but the skill set that's going on
So
over
that
here.
Claire,
Claire Meister 4 cheered 200.
Thank you so much
I am
for the
loving this
biddies.
stream at Dana's Kitchen and at
Woo!
Kanara. Lots of love to you both.
The
Yeah.
biddies.
I have so many ideas of things I want to do for streams.
Oh
Do
my
you
gosh,
do
that's
that
way
too?
too hot. Oh, I have a calendar where I keep writing everything down. So I've got some cosplay ideas that I want to do that I'm writing out. I'm doing an entire month of pickles.
Ooh.
Pickle palooza of foods cooked with pickles. Okay, I think my pan is way too hot. It's smoking.
Okay, then chill, let it cool off some.
I need to turn this. Okay. Come on. Okay, is a tortilla like a pancake in that the first one is the first one always a sacrificial pancake or the sacrificial tortilla?
Mine come out okay, but they get better as you go along, in my opinion. And then the last one I always have a problem with when I get to like the last two.
Okay, what I'm going to do.
All right, now try and do
I'm going to
this
start
with,
putting the balls in here, and I'm going to cover them up so they don't dry out. Got to get a few. I think I can get 2 more out of here. That's 38. I think I can do this. Oh, lots of love to you, Claire. Lots of love to you. 22. Okay, so apparently the measurements are a lie. Okay, I'm going to do the first one's going to be this little, I just have like this little bit left over.
Okay, you can make a
And
little mini tortilla.
That's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my tester tortilla.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to put that in here. Do you make yours like in a round ball? I mean,
I
you have to
do.
get that?
If
Okay.
it's not in a ball, you won't get a real round tortilla.
Okay, so there's that.
I always say mine are round-ish. I think my masa may have gotten a little too dry.
Okay, squish this out. Okay, let's see how this looks. So now we're gonna lift it up. Look!
See? And then look how easy. Doesn't that come off
Drink more,
easier
cook
than
less.
even
Cheered
the?
100.
Aw.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Bits
this
for
is
roundish.
not, oh my gosh, look at that.
This works so much better than the plastic, and I used to love using the Glad or Ziploc bags on here.
Should I get I should get something to help me flip that over just in case, because I will say this, I do not want to touch my fingers to a cast iron skillet.
No,
Nay, nay,
no.
nay, nay. How long do you cook them for?
I just look for them to dry out, so I don't really have a.
Okay, then I'm gonna get out.
I'm the kind of cook that drove my mom crazy because she'd go, "How much of this do you put in there?" And I go, "Enough."
Well, and I get people say, how long do I cook this for? Till it's done.
Till it's done. Yeah, my mom was actually a really good cook, but so she modified recipes if she didn't like the way they turned out, but she always had the recipe there to go, nope, it's got to be this much, except for there was one Christmas cookie, and she didn't have the temperature of the oven on, and then it was something like, till the bottoms are brown, and I'm like, that's not helpful. For
And
cookies
you're like,
and stuff.
okay, can't see the bottoms, Mom.
Can't see them, but
So
for
I
the
think
most part. Yeah.
they're not
yes.
browning at all. They're just. Let me see
So
yours.
if you want
Show me
to
your
brown them, the
tortilla.
best thing is to cook them first. And then if you really want to get that char and stuff on them, you can always use like the gas stove and stuff and put them over like you do peppers.
Oh, like a burnt. Okay.
Yeah, but if you've got it, I mean, you can't get them a little brown in the pan, but
Okay.
it's
So then we're not going for that. Char is not on the first cook.
not when I do. Not very rarely when I do it. Occasionally I get a little char on there, but you can dry them out so much trying to get there.
Then I should take this one out before it actually. I want to see if I
And the
can
one thing you'll
taste
notice
this.
about these Canard too is that because this is using heirloom corn, these tortillas actually have a lot more flavor than the corn ones you get like at the grocery store.
You want to taste part of a corn tortilla that I did here, Mr. Mustache Man? I can kind of taste that. You can smell it upstairs? Oh, that's good. Okay. Mistakes were made on that one, but that's okay. That one kind of tore, but we're not
That's
making
okay.
beautiful tacos out of it. Taste.
Yeah. Now it's kind of hard to see on this because it's red masa, but there is a little browning on here that I started to get.
They taste good, don't they? He likes this.
Yeah. It's got
man.
more of a flavor to it than when you buy them in the grocery store because that's the difference between using heirloom masa versus like the maseca masa that doesn't have as much flavor to it.
They're kind of like a little bit crispy on the outside, but the inside they're kind of soft.
Yeah.
That's good. He's like, all right, I'm putting butter on a tortilla. Can I have another one? I'm like, well, you want to have some with your soup? I'm only making 10. So you can't have all 10 before dinner. The answer is no, good sir. With soup, yeah.
Next time
He's like, yeah, I'm eating all tortillas now, standing by the soup. I'm having it with the soup.
It's not his fault you didn't make enough Canard.
Right? Okay. Oh yeah, I did get a little char on that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is like these are the ones that I actually weighed out so you can kind of see the size. Oh, there we go. Get it back over. That's nice. Okay, that one goes in. Another one goes in over here. That one kind of curled. That's okay. You know what? So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
Oh, I already have one here.
What a fun dish you picked, Dana.
And you can
This
see,
is awesome.
you can see on this, maybe you can see on this one, it started to puff up a little bit here. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Mine aren't puffing up the way I want them to tonight, but
I'm getting a little puff, not a lot
Yeah.
of puff. And when I say that, I don't mean 420 stuff. So I think I have a little puff, not a large. And by the way, I just had a panic attack because I was like, what were those for? Why do I have those out? And what I'm looking at is these ping pong balls. I thought I had 2 eggs out. I'm like, why are those out? Why do I have it? What did I forget to do with the eggs? Oh my gosh. So yeah, maybe I was thinking huevos rancheros.
he likes
I
it.
don't
he
know.
likes it. So, did you ever hear the story of when I went and I cooked with little Miss Nikki in her kitchen?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so I went over there, and because at the time I had to take keto. I was creating the menu, and I had to take keto into consideration, but no fish and no
Okay.
nut flours or anything.
Okay. Now we're getting more challenging.
Yes. And so one of the things I was making was a bread, jalapeno, bacon, cheese bread, and I can't remember what flours I used because I had to get really creative there. And I needed eggs for it. And so Nikki goes to her refrigerator and grabs some eggs, and I go to crack the eggs open, and she had given me all hard-boiled eggs.
I love that. Oh, I got a little bit of a puff on that one.
Yeah.
So what did you end up doing?
She had regular eggs. She just had to go find them. But I was just like,
I thought maybe she was like totally pranking you.
No, she handed them to me, and then I was like, and then when it went clunk,
awesome.
when it went clunk, I was like, it's hard, but she just, yeah, it was funny. She just gave me the wrong ones. Whoops. I am messing this tortilla up. That's okay.
Nope, I want that one to cook a little bit more. So I noticed there's like a look that they get to them. You can kind of tell like maybe like where it's still a little bit on the raw side.
Yes. It's a little
Okay.
dark. It's usually a little darker.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
that
like-
one. I pushed it down with my spatula. I need to get that little portion cooked more, and it just went boop.
Poof. Yeah, so
Oh, that's beautiful. Look
yeah,
at this
let's
one.
see.
Hang on.
Oh, that looks so good.
Look at that.
That's perfect. Look at
Look
that.
at me doing it. I've got the best teacher in the world. Right here, people.
Blob, why are you holding a jar?
Sometimes Blob is just Blob. You just gotta let Blob do his thing.
Just does Blob things.
Gotta let
Ooh,
you-
this
just-
one's
it's-
puffing up.
Maybe we should call them Blobinisms.
Blob. Ooh, I like it. I actually,
Blobinisms.
when I was in grad school getting my master's degree, we had I had this professor. His name was Dr. Jennings, and he was in his 70s. And I had the first class with him. And I thought in the first class, I was just like, this guy probably needs to retire. Like, it just, like what he was saying and everything. But by the end of the semester, I was like, oh my gosh, he's brilliant. Like,
Oh, really?
just brilliant. And everything he did was intentional. Everything. And he used to have these, we called them Jenningisms. And so when he retired, we kind of made a little book of all the Jenningisms.
Oh.
And everybody who came to the retirement, he told us some things that he liked. He always had a flower. He'd always go out to his wife's garden and put a flower in his lapel every time he taught. So we had like all these little flowers for people to wear. And we had little Jenningisms attached to each flower so that everybody could wear them. But yeah.
That's neat, though. What look at the memory you gave him.
Yeah, well, he gave us. I mean, You know,
but
and
we're
I
trying to
still
really
use.
and show that he was appreciated, you know, and
Yeah.
that you were listening and paying attention.
Yeah, but here's the funniest thing, Kanar, because I don't think she's watching me on here. But when he was
Oh, yeah, she's
asking
right
us,
there.
when he was asking,
she's
she's
sitting right
right there.
Yeah, she's sitting right there.
When he was asking us, because I was on the board for the Student Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, and he's like, okay, when you know, here's some things that I would like, and he goes, don't let this particular professor help with the thing because she is the anti-fun police.
Oh. Okay, there you go. You heard it from him first.
I did, and then of course she wiggled her way in anyway. So.
Did you guys call her like Miss AF
Miss what?
or AF, like AFP, like anti-fun police?
Anti-fun
Hi,
police.
Miss
No,
AF.
but that would have been great. Because we did have our things. We had our instructors would always say, a couple of them, including Dr. Jennings, would say, "Oh, that's just another growth opportunity. It's another growth opportunity," when we would have problems and stuff. And finally, one day in the clinic, one of the clinicians go, "It's just another effing growth opportunity." And so if you ever see hashtag AFGO on any of my stuff, that's what that stands
That's
for.
it.
And so my friend
Respect.
so my colleague who said that ended up being a professor there, and I was supervising some of her students in internship because I was working at the clinic as a clinic manager and supervisor, and I taught them that, and they took it to class, and she comes down to the clinic and she goes, "I almost spit my drink out all over everywhere the first time somebody said that in my class." And I said, "Dana."
I like it. Oh, I see
Because
that Robbie Randy Ricky Scrat has changed the donate command. That now it says for $100 donation, we both have to do a shot.
I know. Robbie's good that way. He makes those things on the woo, 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 woo.
Oh, I can actually smell these while they're cooking. You know what a joy that is? To actually smell something while it's cooking? Oh,
I
look
do,
don't
but
think
I
you're gonna see the
mentioned.
puff on this. Hang on, let's see if we get mine like really puffed. It's like, oh, now it's gonna go back down.
Ooh, that looks beautiful.
Oh, these are looking good. These are
Beautiful.
looking good. Making tortillas is really not that hard, you know?
It isn't. It's kind of like anything else, Kanar, like a pie
Yeah.
crust or anything like that. If you do it enough,
Exactly.
it becomes
Oh, 2 shots for free.
easy.
Go, Amy.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I never have, not once. There we go.
I did when I had started Act 2 of life. So, you know. But now I'm like, even if there's no need for it anymore.
Act 2, is that kind of like Dana After Dark?
Kinda. Kinda. You know.
We
Like,
got to make sure that we stay within toss, but we could do one.
yes. I just tore this tortilla so it will not be quite round.
Well, that's the one you have to eat. That's the tester. That's the one you give part of it to Robbie. Like my first one was that itty bitty one, and he's like, "These are good. These are good." I'm like, right. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make another batch of these tomorrow. So I'm just going to leave my pan out.
And
I'm going to make another batch of these tomorrow. So when we have it for leftovers, we have more fresh tortillas because we're going to eat all this.
Awesome. I'm
I
glad.
would tell you.
I'm
Have you
glad
ever heard
you're
them adding
enjoying it.
vegetables
Into
to
your
these?
tortillas?
I mean, I know it's a meat. No, I mean to the stew. I know it's a meat stew.
Oh.
And I was thinking, man, it'd be neat to put zucchini in there and just let zucchini sit in there. What? Wait.
What are you doing?
What? Don't you whack Dana in the head with that spoon?
This is what I have to put up with, Kanara. This is it.
Bobby, don't make me come in there. I've got a screwdriver and I can come into that computer and end up on the other side through the vortex. You just don't know. You don't know me. You don't know what I know.
What were you going to say?
I know a lot of stuff.
I don't know what happened there. The spoon
You don't
just
know what
floated.
happened?
You don't know. I used to bartend. Customers would buy me shots and had my bartend. See, I've never I mean, I've been into bars. I watch people do shots. I've been at a table where everybody got a shot of tequila, and I just let mine pass along the tray to the next person, so they got 2. Okay, that is the last tortilla I have in here. It's raining, by the way, for those that wanted to know.
I had a friend, and he really was trying to not drink at all. And he was in sales, and he worked with a lot of people who worked on the docks and stuff. And he's like, you go out to dinner and they are drinking. So his first thing is he would always go up to the bartender and say, whenever they're buying a round of anything, just make whatever, just no alcohol in mine, and make sure I get that one. So
Fair
that
enough.
he could look like he was participating with them, but not have to.
But what did the bartender do if everybody ordered a shot of tequila?
If everybody ordered something
What,
white,
he could
some
apple
clear.
juice?
Well,
Give
it
him an
depends.
apple juice?
It would depend on what kind of tequila, because a lot of
That's
tequila
true.
is white.
Reposado versus, yeah, that's true.
Reposado.
Bartender can get pretty creative. I've seen things that
Yeah.
Colino has done.
Oh,
that are just
Colino.
like, dang.
Yeah, Colino makes some amazing stuff.
Okay, I only have one more tortilla to cook up.
Me too. I got to finish this one though that's in there.
Oh, but I gotta chop
actually,
up. I gotta
two.
chop up some cilantro. I want to make sure I have cilantro to put on there.
Well,
And maybe a little sour cream.
Well, we also have to cut up our avocados too. So
I'm ready. I brought my avocado. For
actually,
those that don't know, I leave stickers on my food because I know that I have not washed this yet. But if you're doing an avocado, wash it with a little bit of soap and water. You don't have to douse this in Dawn dish soap, but wash these. A lot of grooves and stuff inside there, and when you cut through that, you're taking everything on the outside and putting it to the inside. I gotta talk food
Good
safety
tip.
every time.
good tip.
Oh
Right there.
my gosh, these things smell good. I can smell them and I'm so excited.
Totally worth sending to you since you're enjoying it.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna move my little cover thing over here. I don't want to take a chance on that getting tossed because it said just simply wash it with a damp cloth
Yep.
type thing and let it thoroughly dry, and
Yep.
I get to have it for later.
Yep. Because I've already used mine a couple of times and it's still in good condition.
Yeah, because they're not taking a lot of stress,
No.
when they're doing it.
Nope.
I hope my avocado is good.
That's always the thing, right? How is my avocado?
I had to do I don't know if it was like a potluck or whatever, but anyway, I had to buy like 12 avocados. And I got home and I was prepping whatever it was that I was prepping to do. And out of the 12 avocados, 9 of them were rotten in the middle.
Oh,
But
that's the worst.
I can't just go back to my store and say, hey, here's my receipt and da-da-da.
Right.
So I took my receipt in, but I took pictures of all of them laid out. And I walked up to the produce guy and I said, I bought these I only go into town once a week. So I bought these last Tuesday. I know it's this Tuesday, but here's my receipt that shows I bought 12 avocados. There's 12 avocados. I mean, they know me in there. They see me in there every week and stuff like that. He turned around. He picked up 15 avocados, put them into a bag, no charge. And just handed them to me.
Wow.
And I got home, and every single one of them was beautiful. I had a lot of guacamole.
I was going to say, and then what do you do with that many when you're not going to a dinner party?
Guacamole freezes nicely though if you wrap it right and you prepare it right.
Yeah.
But I made a lot of guacamole. But I'm not going to complain. I like guacamole. Oh, what do we do with the flour?
The flour gets mixed with the oil to do a roux.
Okay, I got to wash that little pan then, and I can do my roux in the same pan that I did my chilies in. Oh, that tortilla is a keeper. Oh my gosh, look at this. I'm going to hold it on the thing.
Look at how beautiful.
Look at the colors. Oh, I wish you guys could smell these. Actually, I'm glad you guys can't smell them, only because I'm afraid you would take all the smell, and right now I want it off of myself.
I can smell them.
Thank you.
Or I can at least
I'm going to put
imagine.
these on top of my convection oven. I'm going to put my convection oven on low so to keep them warm.
Smart.
So we're going to do over here and do warm.
I got
I'm going to set it to about 170. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to. So We're toasting the flour in the oil to make a roux, but we're not adding anything to the roux. We're taking that roux and putting it into.
Yeah, I mean, again,
The
some of
pot?
this stuff,
Okay.
some of this stuff feels weird.
Okay. I'm going to move my cast iron skillet. I'm going to bring my soup back over here then. We're going to put you over here. We're going to bring you back over here. Did I tell you that I got new Crocs shoes and I'm living for them?
No.
I don't know if you can see them. I got red Crocs now.
Wow. Continue with
I
the,
love red. When I saw that they had red ones and they were on sale, I'm like, yes, please.
Those are
People
for me.
either love Crocs or they hate them.
Yeah, I don't like them.
They're so comfortable. Absolutely love them. Okay.
For some reason,
So
they're not real comfortable for me. But
Now I will say, there's been a lot of complaints, and I've never had this style. But the ones that have the holes in them have more flexibility. The ones that are solid, I've heard, are very stiff and hurt the top of people's feet. So I just always get the ones with the holes in them.
so
All right, let's.
I have a Croc story.
Okay.
Not too far from where I live is the original Chicken Express that Post Malone worked at before he became famous.
I don't know what that is.
Who Post Malone is?
I don't know who Post Malone is, and I don't know what the chicken thing is.
Okay, well, it's a restaurant. I mean, it's just fast food.
Okay.
It's just a fast food restaurant. Post Malone is a very famous musician.
Oh, I can look him up then.
And so he used to work there, and he has his own line of Crocs. And he went
know that?
to when was it, what, about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, he came back to where he used to work at this Chicken Express and gave away Crocs. And it was so funny. I'm driving down the street and I'm like, what in the world is this like? Because it's like a street, nobody walks on it. And yet there's like this gigantic line that was like a quarter mile long. And then I read about
People lined up
to get these special brand new Crocs that were his because he loves them. So it was
Not gonna
kinda
lie,
funny.
I would have lined up too.
You would have been, what are we in line for? Crocs? Oh, okay. Post Malone Crocs, I don't know who he is, but I'm in with the Crocs. It's good.
I love my Crocs. I've got blue ones. I've got my brown ones. I have Crocs slippers that are fur lined.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Not real fur, but fur. Okay, I'm gonna make my roux. So it's just the flour and the oil?
And then you're going to add a little bit of the liquid from the stew to, remove any lumps. Yep, that's it. That's all it's got in there. To me, I would have used butter. I think the butter would have at least added some flavor.
Maybe they're using butter because butter's not authentic to the recipe.
Could be.
Probably, if it was going to be butter, it'd probably be something done with goat's milk.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right, I'm heating up my.
We're trying to get it to
Oil.
like just a golden color, so I guess we're just like trying to get some flavor in there. I think I need more oil. It's not very much. I love making.
If I were to do this over, I would probably just use potato starch. I don't use cornstarch as thickener, but I'll use potato starch as a thickener.
Yeah, I'll use any of it. Just kind of depends on my mood.
I will say for some people wearing Crocs, he can't wear Crocs. He needs high arch support. He has a very high arch in his foot. So Crocs, he'd have to actually put an insert into them, and that's going to make them tighter on the top of his foot.
Uh-huh.
I have a neutral arch, I guess. So I think these are probably best for people like a neutral arch, or maybe even a flat arch type thing. But I love my Crocs. Oh, cilantro. I got to cut up some cilantro.
All right, I'm gonna take a little of this. Can you smell that? Does that smell good?
Cilantro. Mythical Suki, how are you doing, my dear?
Suki!
I gotta rinse this. It's still kind of gritty.
Yeah, I have a higher arch.
Yeah, then they'd probably be very uncomfortable on your foot.
And yeah, and on top of that, I also walk on my toes. So if I'm barefoot. So I feel like people are like, oh, these flats, they're so good. And I'm like, I'm actually more comfortable if I have something with a heel to it. Which as I'm
Do you
getting
think that's why you
older-
walk on your toes?
I walk on my toes. I've walked on my toes since I started walking. So, and then my daughter actually walked on her toes too. So I think
Interesting.
I think it's a genetic thing, to be honest.
I don't want the big stems in here. That's just too tough. So does sour cream go on this as well? I guess
You
could if
can
wanted to.
do whatever you want, Kanara.
Well, he'll do sour cream. I'm just gonna eat it the way it is.
I will probably add some sour cream.
But I do have my dairy-free cheddar. And for those of you that don't like cilantro, I'm going to have your cilantro. I'm a team player.
All right, I'm putting my stuff into my
Mine's still
thickener.
pale blonde. Mine's not even colored yet.
I started mine a few minutes ago. If you're ever making Cajun food and you've got to make a roux, make sure you leave lots
Start
of
early.
time to make the roux because your roux could take 30 minutes.
Or more. If you're doing like a dark red roux
Yeah.
or a black roux, it can take hours.
Yeah.
But that's one of those things where you start that and then you do everything else. You just kind of watch it, kind of keep stirring it, and then let's get rid of these little stemmies over here.
I'll chop up some cilantro too. I think I've got some in here left over.
Yeah, I had one bunch in there and I thought, excuse me, I thought I better get another batch because I didn't know how old that one was. And I'm glad I got another one.
So,
Patty, you can't have the cilantro? Gotcha. I'll have your cilantro for you then. My mom's the same way. She's got that same missing enzyme that
Kanara's a giver.
she's like, no. But I'll eat everybody's cilantro.
I mean, it's a real thing. It's a real genetic
It is.
thing.
I've
And-
actually made cilantro pesto,
Ooh, yum.
which is really good to drop cilantro pesto into a soup and stuff like that. No,
I bet
not
that
as
would
much
be
as mine.
really delicious. What, do you use a nut or anything with it?
If I'm going to put it in there, I'll just usually use almonds because pine nuts are too expensive.
Okay.
I've also used pecans, but pecans have a higher oil content, so watch how much oil you're going to add to it because sometimes it's a little bit more oily.
Okay. We did Robbie and I were at a cooking class and we did a walnut goat cheese pesto for our pasta that was really dynamite.
That sounds like it would be delicious. Okay, I'm going to move this over here and bring my soup. I don't know what got me. Something got me. Something has attacked. Something has attacked me in the back of the throat housing group.
Uh-oh.
Did Dana get you with the peppers again?
That's what I was thinking, but
Yes. Yes, she did. That was funny.
and
I have to tell
also
you, I laughed at that. That was funny.
I felt so bad. And I've mostly let it go, but I still felt really bad.
No need to feel bad at all. Okay, so do we have to bring this back up to a simmer to add this stuff into? I'm assuming so because otherwise it's going to have to cook
Yeah.
and thicken.
I've got mine on simmer.
I love mini tiny.
It says whisk in the flour, make sure stir occasionally while it's supposed to be in there for an hour, but it's not going to happen because I could be off for another.
It wants a soup on for another hour after this step?
Yeah,
There's no need for that.
I don't think so either.
There is no need for that. Yeah, okay, I can kind of smell the cooked out flour smell. That's good.
So have you? I want another tomato because I'm going to put some fresh tomatoes on there. Um,
Had fresh tomato.
do you grow oregano at all?
I have had oregano out in my herb garden, out in the like that's right outside my back door here.
Yeah.
I have done oregano.
This is the one thing. Tomatoes are hard sometimes in Texas just because of the black spot and stuff on the tomatoes. But for some reason, I cannot. It doesn't matter whether I'm trying to do it inside. I've tried everything. I cannot keep my oregano alive. All the other herbs, no problem. But oregano, for some reason, has been my nemesis for 8 or 9 years.
What strain are you actually growing? And by the way, are you talking about the blossom end rot on tomatoes, where
Yeah.
the bottom gets like a big black spot? Do you know what causes that?
Not just
Irregular
that.
watering.
I mean, mine get watered regularly, so it's not that, but also the leaves. It's just, I think it's hot and humid, and those two things together are really hard to regulate.
Because see, out here, I water my tomatoes every 3 days.
Uh-huh.
Religiously, it's like every 3 days. And you water at the root level.
Yep, I do
But
that.
the humidity is what's giving you that, the powdery mildew. That's what's giving you that, because you can't fight that. I mean, you can water at the root level, but when the moisture's in the air,
That's what I'm saying.
you've got nothing. Yeah, you've got nothing to combat that.
But the oregano, I know that it's really susceptible to root rot, so I try to make sure that it's drying between when I water, so it doesn't get overwatered. And
Are you putting it in a pot or
it's in a pot?
like a bag?
Yeah, it's in a pot.
Do you have? I'd
What,
recommend
say?
getting some like vermiculite or
Aerocard.
perlite and adding that to the soil to aerate.
Say that again.
I add perlite or vermiculite to the soil.
I can try
Because
doing
that'll help
that.
aerate it. And then the perlite will absorb the moisture of it, and then you don't have to water it like maybe once a week, probably.
Yeah, I think I was only watering it maybe once every 5 days.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so Suki has said you need to get on my hair level. Our houses do smell awesome right now. I'm assuming hers smells
First
the
of
same
all,
as mine.
I think, Suki, that Dana needs to, first of all, get on my hair level. Then we'll talk if she wants to do like get her head shaved on the sides and do like the tall big spikes in rainbow colors. I'm down. Let's do it.
That would be cool.
Right there. Let's do it.
I think
this
that might be
done.
distracting in therapy, however.
Oh, I should get out the. I don't know if I want to put a piece. Why am I talking about this? We'll slice this up. I wish I had a little bit wider bowl, but I don't. But that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna punt.
All right.
Smelling good up in here.
It does smell good, and this will be Robbie's lunch tomorrow, I'm guessing, too.
Or midnight snack tonight.
Or snack tonight, could be.
Just saying.
You want to taste this one?
Nobody needs popcorn when watching a movie when you have this wonderful beef stew, unless you're prone to heartburn. Then maybe you'd have to hold off if you're prone to heartburn.
So Robbie doesn't really eat that much popcorn because he worked in a movie theater for years and years and years and got popcorned out.
Do you know, for years I could not eat prime rib. The thought of it was like, nope. Because I worked at a steakhouse. And when I first started there, I started off as like a front hostess where table of 4, okay, and I'd seat people and whatever. Then I became the head cashier. And I would sit back there on the line with the cooks at the end, and then the line was going down here, and the fry station was here. But so much prime rib went out there, and what they would do is like, "Hey, are you hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah." They'd make me a prime rib dinner. I'm like, "Okay, you know what? After the 4th one, please stop. Can I just get some fried zucchini? Can I just get just some French fries? How about a salad? That would be great." But it was everything was beef, and I was like, "Oh!" But now, of course, I love it. Now it's a treat.
I was a server at Red Lobster for a while, so I
Smell of
just
shrimp, you're like,
yeah, shrimp and even lobster. I was like, all right,
I will say, if somebody says, "Hey, do you want a whole lobster for dinner? We've got extra ones. We're giving them away for free." I'd be like, "Yeah, okay, but I'd rather have crab." I
Which of crab is
love
so good.
crab. Oh, so delicious. Joy to watch, but need to start making dinner. Lenore, you have an absolute wonderful evening.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much for popping over here. Love
And thank you
that.
for your donations too. So have a
Yes.
good dinner.
Yes. You you challenged us.
You did. You
I
did.
see what you did there. Now I know your mindset. Mad respect. Mad respect.
Just watch out for when she gets you back.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. I have some of my lactose free and I do it again. Oh, I don't want to eat
All
this
right.
one. That one looks,
Where
I
is
thought
my
that one was getting old.
where
All
is
right,
the sour
there
cream?
we
So what are you doing next on your next stream?
Oh, that's Sunday. So Sunday we're making chocolate chip cookies. However, there's a twist. I'm making my chocolate chip cookies with smoked brisket.
Ooh, yum.
Oh yes, she went there.
I think
Or she's going there or something. I don't know which.
I bet that'll be delicious. There's a restaurant not too far from here, and one of their specialties is jalapeno bacon chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, I would so gobble those. I would just gobble
It's
those up
so
right now.
good. And then they also make a cookie dough ice cream with that cookie dough, and it's so good. And it's
I
so
want
good. And
that.
for some reason, they're able to get the bacon right in that, because a lot of times if you put bacon in ice cream, it gets too hard, and then the texture's not pleasant.
Yeah, it gets chewed like you're not.
Yeah. Like you're like, why is there jerky in my ice cream?
Exactly. There it is. That's it right there. That's it right there. Okay, so I don't think mine's going to get any thicker. I mean,
I think it's pretty good. I think of this more as less of like supposed to be this thick stew and something that's more along the lines of like a consomme you can put on the side, or you can eat it more as a soupy kind
or
of
if you
thing.
have it soupy and you dip your tortillas.
Yes. So either that, or you could just take the meat out and dip your
Cookie streams,
taco in the sauce.
Benari, by the way, when you are ready to do your streams, please reach out to me if you need any help whatsoever.
Or us.
Whatever I can help with. Yeah,
Yep.
even Dana. Anything we can help with, please let us know. That's what this food and drink community is all about.
They're the
It truly is
best.
about it's truly about helping each other out, lifting each other up. It is truly an honest community. Let's do this.
All right. Tell me when you're ready to plate.
I'm just slicing up my avocado, and then I'm gonna dish up my soup.
So you're doing it as a stew. Would you rather have tacos, or do you want to have it more like a stew with tortillas on the side?
Oh, I'm doing it like a stew, and I'm gonna dip my tortilla.
I'm asking Robbie, but
Oh. Sorry, Robbie, I've made the decision for you.
would you rather have it be a soup? Okay, he's like, she said so it's got to be. All right.
That's why she calls me Miss Bossy Pants right there, because I own that. I own that. I will rock that.
You are a little bossy, but that's okay because I am too. So fellow bossy people unite. I have a T-shirt, Canard, that says, "I'm not bossy. I'm just aggressively helpful."
I love that.
You might need one of those T-shirts.
Aggressively helpful. Mm-hmm. Because I just want you to succeed in life.
That's right.
Okay. So let's turn this like this so you all can see. We're going to do this. We're going to make a quenelle, and I don't know how long the quenelle is going to hold.
A quenelle of sour cream?
Sour cream,
Okay.
yeah. Because my sour cream is very thick.
Okay.
So a quenelle is just taking something thick like this.
Here,
You just
show her
roll it
big on
between.
the screen. Robbie,
Just
can
gonna
you
roll
show
it
her
between
big?
2 spoons. And this gives us that nice, and then we can float this right on
Oh, look at that.
this. Oh, it's gonna go down inside the soup because that's really a soupy soup. Okay, well, you know what? Where it's going is where it is. That one has a little brown divot in the.
Oh, that's a plate. Wait, I need a bowl. I got it right. It's all good.
A little bit of, you can even put radishes on this if you wanted to.
Ooh, radishes would be so good. Give you a little crunch,
Yeah. If you had,
some
I
freshness.
mean, I have radishes in there, but that's his evening snack. He always has radishes and turnips for a snack at night.
That's interesting.
I know.
My mom
Can't take him anywhere.
No, my mom would snack on radishes, and she'd go, when I was a kid, she'd go, do you want some? And I'd be like, ew, no. What are you doing?
No way, Mom. Let me get some cheese. I thought I got the cheese out. Did I get the cheese? I did not. So I have this is all dairy free, but this, if you guys have to go dairy free,
Dumbledore, thank you for
this brand, if you can get this brand, this brand is wonderful.
Good Planet.
Absolutely
I haven't
wonderful.
seen that one, but I like real
Keith.
cheese. So I know Rafi and I were at a restaurant once, and they were like, "Oh, have you been here before?" And we were like, "No." And she goes, "Oh, let me bring you a complimentary bowl of our vegan queso. You'll love it. It's the best." And we tasted it, and we're like, "This is not the best."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
So we've
Okay, I'm
decided
gonna
that we'll stick with real cheese. Although I Parmesan sometimes I will fake it with the other stuff. All right, so we've got this.
Okay, so we have one tortilla. Oh, no, you have to stay folded, little tortilla. You have to stay folded. I'm gonna have to push you down to get you to stay folded. And let's move this.
I'll try to make a quenelle. I'm going to fail miserably.
No, you're not. I believe in you.
Somebody believes
All
in
right.
you, Robbie.
We have our soup and our tortillas, and I'm going to eat it.
Oops.
Oh, I should take a picture first. Gosh
Yeah,
darn it.
mine's too watery. I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, let me show you how thick if I do it's like, look at this. It's like cream
Oh, yours
cheese
is really
almost.
thick. Mine isn't. Mine just
Yeah.
made a mess. So.
And this is by that same company that did the cheddar cheese that I put on there. They also have cottage cheese. They also have yogurt.
I mean, it's good that there are options for people who can't do dairy.
Yes. Oops, get that off of there. Get that off of there. I gotta get a picture of this. It's not gonna be the greatest picture because I can't move all my stuff out of the way. Those.
Did you put your cilantro and stuff on there?
Oh, I did. Here, I'll pick it
Let's
up
see.
off the.
Let's see.
Oop, there we go. I got my cilantro, my avocado,
Oh, how pretty.
and my slowly sinking
Sour
sour
cream.
cream. Okay, let's put this little bad boy on. And
See,
turn
how
it
did
all
she
the
get?
way
I
up.
was ahead of her. How did she get ahead of me? She plated really fast. Oh, I should probably.
And
put that
I
the
mean,
other way.
I love how you guys take really pretty pictures. I don't. I used to take okay pictures, but I have to completely disassemble my stream here. So I've got lights, I've got 2 cameras there, I've got a monitor there, I've got power cables,
You
attachment
take
cable,
pretty
HDMI,
pictures.
and I have to completely move everything out of the way. And half the time I look at that and think, I just don't want to mess with it.
For a
Because I have to get
while.
on that side, because right here it's just looking at cables or junk on my table. Whereas I get on the other side, I can blur the background and you see the stove in the background.
Oh yeah, that's a good shot right there. For a while I had it set up on the edge of the table over there, and I would just take the plates over there, and I had like a a light that's like a reading light over there. That's like a
Oh,
floor
there you go.
one, and I put it on the top of the table just to give some extra light on there. But here we go. Here's
I have
ours.
this. Oh,
And-
wait, you have like wooden plates or are they brown plates?
Yes. Nope. They're wooden. They're wood
I
plates.
like those.
It was hard to find them where they were not just for display purposes, but
Robbie, can you come take a picture of mine, please?
she asked you a question.
I'm trying to bring this over
One
here.
minute. He's trying to be quiet over here.
I'm getting a shadow of my own cup in there. That's cray-cray.
How did they turn out, the pictures? Are the pictures good? Yeah, I don't know. So I'm on Sunday, Kanara. I'm starting with
What are you making?
June. I'm going to be concentrating for each of the meals I make for the rest of the month. I'm going to be focusing on an ingredient and try to do multiple dishes with different variations of it. So like you said, fennel is a possibility. I would use probably fennel pollen, fennel seeds, and then actual fennel if I were making something. So we're going to do pepper. So I've got pink peppercorns and green and white and obviously black ones. And we're going to do steak with a pepper sauce, cream pepper sauce. And we're going to do some Duchess. I'm going to attempt Duchess potatoes. I've never made them before, so they probably won't
They're
be real
easy.
pretty. But they won't
They're
be
easy.
pretty because I'm not very
I bet
good
they
at
will.
piping bags and stuff. But it's okay. And so we'll use white pepper for that. And then we're going to do a cocktail that's a blackberry, black pepper vodka cocktail.
You had me with blackberry.
It looks really good. It looks really good. It's got like lemon juice and some honey and stuff in it too. And we're going to do a black pepper chocolate flourless cake.
Switch cameras, Robbie, so we can see her.
She's being aggressively helpful. Okay, so Robbie, you're going to come over here and try this and see how it is? Come on over.
I can't get him to come over and try. He won't ever eat on. He won't ever do it on stream.
Shh, don't give Robbie any ideas
Oh,
like
Claire,
he has a
some
choice.
sleep.
Wait, that's an
Get some
option?
sleep.
Hold on.
Oh
No.
my goodness, 213. How good is how to ship a bowl to my house? Asking.
I wish
do?
I could. I'm
Are-
in
oh,
love
you're
with these
getting-
tortillas.
Are you liking them? All right, I'm gonna try this
Yeah.
first. That's your bowl right there. You know what I love about avocados? Avocados have like so much protein and fiber in them and good fats.
Yes.
And they're yummy. I know not everybody
Cheers.
loves them. Cheers. And get some tomato in mine.
You done good, Dana. You
Yeah.
done good.
That is good. And in other countries, you know, with the tortillas and pita breads and naan and all of that, they make something like this, and then you use this to eat the food too.
It was worth the wait.
That's really good.
The meat came out really nice and tender. Oh my God.
This is even better than the queso, by the way.
I can taste the corn tortilla pretty well, which is surprising. I'm really surprised at how
did,
well I
Mom.
can taste this.
It's because it has the heirloom corn has so
Wow.
much more flavor to it than the regular masa. That's not. Now you can get this particular brand, which is called Hacienda, and again, they don't sponsor me, but if you'd like me
They
to,
should.
feel free. So you can now at least get it at Whole Foods. You can't get all the different variations, but you can get the white and the yellow
I don't
corn
think I even have a
there.
Whole Foods near me.
But for other people, I figured you probably did
Yeah.
because you can order it online directly from
I'd probably
Hacienda.
just order it online.
Yeah.
This is really tasty. And I will say, I'm getting just a little bit of heat, so it'll be perfect for him. I can always add more heat to mine. But this is going to be perfect for I just get this nice little warm sensation right there.
Spice level for you.
I wish I could have tasted these before COVID. These tortillas.
One day you'll be able to taste them just like as if it was
I hope
before
so.
COVID.
I really, really, really hope so.
Robbie's putting the claws on his fingers.
Oh, what are you gonna do, Robbie? Are you gonna eat your soup with your claw fingers? Do it.
I'm gonna get out of the way because there may be a splash zone here.
Oh my gosh! Well done, sir.
Good job. Good job.
What do you mean, few
He's
hours?
So cute. Few hours
pretty good pizza.
shipping, only 3K.
What does that mean? Oh,
But-
3K. Oh, I just read $3. I'm like, wait, where are you getting? But if you live in a big city and stuff like that, my mom and dad, when they lived down in, oh, hang on, I gotta switch out my headphones.
But you know what? Still worth it.
Hopefully, there we go.
Still worth it?
They would order things on Amazon and they'd be on their porch like 5 hours later. And I was like, for me, it's
If you
5 days.
Oh no, I mean, we have one of their big warehouses is less than 20 miles away. So there are a lot of things we can get same day. How tall is he? He is 6'2". I am 5'2". But you know what, Kanara? My daughter, she is 4'10", and her boyfriend is just slightly taller than Robbie. So she's 4 inches shorter than me, but her boyfriend is slightly taller than me. So foot
Mustache
difference.
Man is 6'4".
But you're also
tall.
tall.
I'm really not. People think I'm taller than I am, I think.
This is so good.
Maybe you're taller. Maybe you're taller than you think you are.
I present tall.
I'm 5'2". Everybody's tall.
My mom always taught us, even as young, my sister is almost 6 feet.
Like when I notice that
I'm the
somebody's
little one
tall,
of the
they're
family.
tall.
And she always taught us, head up, shoulders back, head up straight. Don't do this,
I didn't do that
I have
just
at least
because
2
I'm
Amazon
short.
warehouse. Yeah. Oh, see, some of them. So there's warehouses, and there's distribution centers.
Oh yeah,
within
we have-
Amazon.
We have distribution centers.
They got the
yes, that's what it
distribution
is.
centers. If you have the warehouse, that's where
I'm in
everything
charge of
comes
the
into,
cameras, so I make sure I look
and
even
from the
taller.
warehouse they go out to the distribution stores.
I think we have both. I think we've got warehouses and distribution centers.
I'm happy with this.
So good.
If he want, I'm trying to get. I can't get his attention. I was gonna go wave at him and say, "Hey, if he wants a bowl right now, I'm happy to make him up one." But
So he doesn't have to have leftover lasagna for dinner?
did he already eat? Did he already heat it up? Did I miss it?
I don't know. You're the one who said that's what he was going to eat.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
No,
I
he
wasn't-
didn't, because there's two servings of lasagna in there.
Ah. Dip that in just.
Funny
all of
enough, I also have some optional leftover lasagna.
it. You do,
That's good
but
stuff.
yours came from a restaurant.
That's true. Mine was not prepared.
Do you want me to
on
make you a
stream.
bowl? Do you want me to make you a bowl? Yeah. Okay. I'm eating mine right now because Dana and Robbie and I are all eating together. If you want
From
to
two
eat on
different
stream
trucks.
with us.
Kathy, that's happened to me too. I've ordered stuff, and it says, I'll be like, yeah, you can deliver that all in one day, and it'll get delivered.
You wanna get the,
it's 2 or 3
the sour
different
cream back out?
packages from 2 or 3 different, like
Oh, no.
an Amazon truck, and then one gets in a car, and then another one comes in a different truck that doesn't have any markings on it.
Yeah, they have private people driving for Amazon and stuff like that now.
Yep. Blob is climbing into Athena's lap.
I think that's Blob's favorite spot.
Athena's lap.
Yeah. That's his favorite spot. Do you want cheese on yours? No, the tortillas are on top of the
He's
microwave.
like,
Do you
but
want some
where are
avocado
the
in yours?
He's like, where are the
That's what
tortillas?
we're saying.
Where are
That
the
was his first. I said,
tortillas?
"You want this? You want this?" He's
I was
like,
promised
he's
there'd
like,
be 10.
but he goes, "I want the tortillas." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay." Can I get you the other stuff that goes on top of the soup first? Just pass the tortillas, woman. Okay. Like, okay, just I'm afraid if I put my hands too close to the tortillas right now, then I'm going to lose a digit.
Probably. So be careful.
He just said,
Be
"No,
very
don't worry about it,
careful."
just a finger." He's such a goofball. He is such a goofball. But I will keep him.
Robbie is almost done with his entire bowl.
Here, do you
So-
want some avocado on yours? It's very good.
My shirt's all wrinkly. I look like a slob.
I'm all wrinkly.
It's been busy.
I can't blame my shirt. Where's your soup? Oh. I'm like, where's your soup? It's still here in front of me.
I've done that. I do. You know what I do way
you can put
too
your own
often.
sour
Look,
cream on
Robbie
there,
is
whatever you wanna do.
Robbie is a member of the Clean Plate Club. So.
So is he.
I'm one of those people who very frequently is looking for my phone while on my phone, and I've even looked for my
Why do we do
glasses.
that?
My glasses while they're on my face. So. You know.
So I have black granite,
Uh-huh.
so it's very hard to find things. My phone, black case. I'm the one who's doing this. Where is my, I got the light on. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? And then there's a click.
Yeah.
And I just don't tell anybody that I did that. Aren't those tortillas good?
I had a friend who was coming to visit and was texting me from the plane. And I said, just give me a call when you're at the gate. And he said, I don't have your phone number. I was like, you're texting me to my phone number. So.
He's like, no, I just have you in here as Dana. No, I don't. I just have you in here as Dana. Let's connect the dots.
I mean, and you know, and he's a pretty high powered lawyer, so it makes me feel better when people do that. I'm like, I guess we all do it. It doesn't matter.
Isn't there a saying that says the smarter you are, the less common sense?
There is, and I don't know
true.
if that's really if it's true. It might be, but you can be too smart for yourself sometimes. Yeah.
That's good, huh? I'm liking this. That has these different dried chilies in there. And we both did it with the beef stock instead of the water. We're both like, I think we're gonna use beef stock instead.
I think that's a good
Oh,
call.
the salt's right over here.
Too smart for your
I didn't
own
add
good.
a lot of salt.
Exactly, Suki. It's I come across that a lot. And as a therapist, I get a lot of people who think, and you'll say, how do you feel? And then they give me a thought. And I always say, like, if they say, I say, how are you feeling? And they say, good. I go, good is a hamburger. Good is not a feeling. So,
I've got a feeling.
but there's a big problem. We don't talk about feelings enough. And so people don't have a very big feeling vocabulary. So
Somebody's over here trying to get another serving.
that's a
No, I'm
good
just
thing.
stirring
Oh no! Look at this, Mike. Get creme delicious rating in, Kanara. While
Michael.
we're eating. Hello, Michael. How are you? How is your stream? I'm assuming you were streaming with Chef Steve. Welcome in, Raiders. We're glad to see you. Hi, Scrub Racing. Woohoo! Yay! We're just eating
I can
now.
honestly say, too bad, Get Creme. We don't have exclamation point flutter over here. Or velutter, excuse me. Sorry. Can't do it.
No.
Nay.
Nope.
I mean, the first thing that happens is after my stream, I go over to hang out with Chef Steve and all them. And Steve's like, hey, Kanara, so we watched a clip today that Creme shared with all of us. It happened over on your stream. I'm like, excuse me? That clip you shared? You could have shared any clip on my channel, Michael, but that's the one you shared.
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're eating. So this is here. Robbie will show you. So we made carne guisada, and we made some homemade tortillas with some heirloom corn. I used red heirloom masa, and Kanara used white. And Mustache Man is trying to steal all the tortillas. So Kanara's got to save some for herself.
These are my tortillas.
Look at those.
my
Don't those
tortillas.
look amazing?
They smell so good and they taste incredible.
Yeah, so that is what we... Did someone say something to you? No? No? Did I say Michael? I didn't mean to say Michael. Mike?
Get creme. When we first name people, you're okay. It's when we use middle names with the first name,
Yeah.
you'll know that we've done research and we mean business.
Then you're in trouble.
Right there.
Then
Then
you're
you
in
know.
trouble.
Then you know. Cram, were you guys on the truck today?
Yeah, he said it went well.
I was thinking of you guys when I made my lasagna on Wednesday. We made a 97% dairy-free lasagna with fresh pasta noodles. And I was like, this is something I know the boys would legit respect. Go, okay, here we go.
It makes such a big difference when you have lasagna with fresh noodles. Like, it's not like I have anything against using pre-made noodles for lasagna. It can still be delicious.
Yeah, we've all done it.
But then you use those fresh noodles, and it's like, yeah, 100%.
But yeah, fresh pasta.
Yeah.
It is the best. It said in my best Nacho Libre voice, it is the best.
Robbie makes
Pasta. It is the best.
Robbie's very good at making pasta. So that is one thing he's really good at. But if I say, hey, we're going to make fresh pasta, I kind of get an eye roll most of the time. So
Do you roll it out by hand, Robbie, or do you, like I use my KitchenAid mixer to roll it. I've got the pasta attachment. I'm eating like way too fast. I keep eating these tortillas. But did you use like the pasta attachment on when you make your pasta?
yeah, we usually use the pasta attachment on the KitchenAid. But obviously you
getting rid
can't
of my
do that to
KitchenAid.
ravioli. I love making ravioli, but that takes forever.
Well, yeah, you can roll out the sheet. You can roll
Yeah,
out the
but
pasta
you
sheets
can't-
on there, but you can't
Which
stuff
we do.
them, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So, Krem,
And
did
that's
you
going to
see?
be the next thing. It's going to be ravioli.
Did you see my new hairdo? I've got going here.
I got to say, that's props right there. I ate ravioli. What was in the filling?
I mean,
No,
that's the best.
there's this, what is it? Is it Rama or Rava? That's that.
The
old
ravioli.
guy-
The big
The
ones?
ravioli, like in the freezer section? No, it's called.
Oh.
It's a company called like Rama Ravioli or Rava Ravioli. It comes in a green bag. And my store used to carry the one that was just chicken. There was no cheese in it. Now all they carry is double cheese, mushrooms and cheese, more cheese. I'm like, I'm just gonna lay here on the floor and have a seizure. Ooh, beef ravioli.
Beef ravioli. Love
Rana.
it.
Thank you, Blob. Thank you, Blob. That's the name of the brand. And it's a pretty good brand because when I was able to get the chicken ones, I was like, for frozen ravioli, this isn't bad. My goal that I would like to do is make a whole bunch of raviolis and freeze them.
I mean, when
them
we
all
make
up, put them
them,
on a sheet and freeze them.
we make them and we do that to some of them because we don't ever eat the whole amount that we make. But I love, I do a short rib ravioli.
Oh,
And then you do like a
that.
mushroom cream sauce with it, using the braising liquid in your.
Well, I could do that because
your
I could
cream.
use my lactose-free milk.
Yeah.
Or I can even get I could get like regular, like half and half, and I think I can get heavy whipping cream, goat's milk heavy whipping cream. I think
Oh.
I don't know if they still have it, so that would work great.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve does make wonderful food, and I've been lucky enough to go over and eat at the truck. Even though I haven't been when the truck's been open where I get to order the food, I've been over where Steve's made a ton of food, and I just get to sit there and eat it.
That's awesome,
So-
though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of nice to
It's
get to go
fun.
and enjoy somebody else's food, stuff like that. Particularly when it's
Absolutely.
somebody that we watch, and somebody that
Oh,
we like to hang out
yeah.
with, and somebody that we enjoy their company with.
Yeah, but my goal is
I have not
sometime
got to
this
eat
year.
his food. I have met him.
I'm trying to this year. I want to get down there to Houston at some point when the food truck is open. I just always my brother lives down there, so when I usually go down there, it's like run down there for a baby shower or a graduation or
Yeah.
something, and then it's hard to get away from family to go do stuff. So
Just call him. I'm just going to come down and visit you, but I have 2 errands I have to run. You don't really have to do 2 errands. You only have to do one. That's to go down and see Chef and Creme on the truck,
Yeah.
right? And then the second one, you're like, I'm just going to skip the second one. I'd just rather visit with you. Problem solved.
yeah, well, I could actually, if I could just convince my brother to go with me, it'll be okay.
Oh, there you go.
So-
Tell him we're going down and get some good Italian
Yeah,
food.
let's
Who
go
doesn't
get
like
some-
good Italian food?
I'm buying. Let's go get some
I
Italian
want the
food.
sandwich. I want that sandwich. Oh. I want
Yeah,
to
the
drive
sandwich.
down and eat myself full of those.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm telling you, every time I watch them cooking stuff on there, I need that. I need that like right now. You want some more? You want to finish mine? Because I'm full already. I keep eating my tortillas.
That's what I do too. I'm like Robbie here. Robbie's like, wait a minute. So we did good tonight then.
We did
good
great tonight, I think. When he's coming back for seconds and thirds and wants more tortillas and is enjoying the whole thing,
Yeah.
that's good.
Always good. But I always do that. Robbie
Yes,
will be
there's more
almost
tortillas
done.
up. Did you just hear him? Oh, are there more? Wait, are there more tortillas? He's like doing it. He's like frantically looking around, like, oh wait, are there more tortillas? It's like I've got to get the tortilla. I'll be making another batch of tortillas tomorrow. He's like, oh, good. He's like a
They're
little
good.
kid.
They're so
More
good when
tortillas?
they're fresh. Like corn tortillas.
Well, I'm going to say this. From now on, I will not use any of the other
Masa.
masa other than something that's this kind of masa right there, because I think that made a huge difference. Particularly if
Yeah.
I was tasting it when I can't taste anything else right now.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and I just the
happy with them,
texture
just
is
sipping
better. And you know what? Once I started
Yes.
making my own corn tortillas, I can't buy corn tortillas anymore because they're just not
Yeah.
good.
I like the fact of how quickly they cook up in the pan, and then like I put them in the towel, and I
Yeah.
stacked them all together. I made sure they kept covered so they stayed soft, so they could be folded as a soft
Yes.
taco very easily.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's the thing about like when you get the ones in the store, they break in half and stuff. But these
Yeah, I don't like those.
these don't.
And I'm
You-
trying not to like fry tortillas and stuff as much for tacos.
Yeah,
Trying to make them a little bit better for you.
a little
But I
healthier.
love the flavor of these. Oh, those are good. Those are good.
Well, that's good.
Did you want some more cilantro?
Well, Kanara,
Would
should
you
we
rather have another tortilla? Okay.
should we try to find somebody to raid out to?
Yes, I can't see who's on right now, but because
right.
I'm just looking at I'm in the backstage thing, looking at your lovely face and.
All right.
Oh,
no.
So okay,
Whiskey.
all right, Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Scrat. If you can hear me, you need to come up with a scene for Dana's that says "stream ending soon."
There you go. Stream
I need to learn
ending
how to
soon.
say it. I need to make sure I type it in my description.
Welcome in,
like stream
Raiders.
ending in 20 minutes.
She's on a rant over here. So we were just about to go find somebody to raid to, but welcome in, Raiders. We're
Hi,
glad that
Whiskey.
you are here. And hi, Whiskey. How are you? I'm Dana. This is Kanara, if you aren't sure who we are. And we did a nice collab today, and we made some carne guisada and some homemade tortillas that Kanara is still raving about over there.
Yes,
And,
I cannot get over these tortillas.
because we use some
Crazy.
heirloom corn. But we've been off for a while. So how was your stream, Whiskey? How did it go? Oh, thank you, Whiskey.
What were
You're
you making?
awesome. You're awesome.
What were you making?
I know. She always makes such delicious food and also has amazing cocktails as well.
Yes, and she makes cocktails that are designed to go with the food that she's cooking,
I know, which is
I think is a
awesome.
really neat thing. It's not just making a cocktail. Just like for me, I have a vodka gimlet. That's like my go-to drink and whatever. But she makes them specifically to where they taste really nice with the foods and stuff. And
I
they
know
both
the nice
complement each
pairings.
other.
The nice pairings.
Yeah, that's a word I was looking for. Thank you.
By the way,
can't
Whiskey,
remember
I
the
just
word.
want you to notice. I was inspired.
Mine's
I was
more gray.
inspired. So,
Pineapple chicken
ooh.
and tequila cocktails.
Of course.
That'd be good.
That would
That would
be
be
that
good.
would be yum. That would be yum. Okay, wait.
Tequila cocktails.
Let's see here. We have Jen is online. We have Science. We have Kelly. What?
It's dinner with Mom's birthday.
Oh, it's dinner with Mom's birthday.
Oh, we have to go to dinner with
All
Mom.
right, let's do that.
We have to go dinner with Mom. By the way, Raiders, please remember, hold hands.
Let's hold
Remember
hands
the buddy system.
and let's go say happy birthday to Dinner with Mom, who's awesome. And thank you so much for the raids from Get Creme Delish and Whiskey Monster. And thank you so much, Kanara, for agreeing to
Thank you for
come
having me. This
hang
was a lot of
over
fun.
here. I know, it's fine.
I love this.
Yeah. And then,
Yes.
and thank you to all of you guys who hung out with us tonight. As you know, it's always like a pleasure for me. Like, it's an honor that you guys say, hey, let's go hang out
It is.
in Dana's kitchen tonight. So
This was a kick in the pants.
was
This
a
truly
lot
was.
of
This was a
fun.
kick in the pants. It's neat cooking with people. I don't get to cook with
Yeah.
anybody. I'm always a solo cooker.
Me
So when
too.
another food and drink streamer says, hey, let's do a collab and cook together, I'm like, oh, look, both feet jumping in.
well, we'll have
Right
to
there.
we'll have to do it again sometime.
hope so.
And
That'd be
I
lovely.
probably
That'd be
won't have
lovely.
my mohawk then. You'll probably see my regular hair, but
Not unless
But
you get
yeah.
a real one.
yeah. Keep trying. You can keep trying. That's the way you want to waste your energy. You just go right ahead. All right.
Never say never.
All right. Raiders, hold hands. You holding hands? You're holding hands. And we're going to go see Dinner with Mom and make sure we go in there with a big happy birthday to Dinner with Mom. Let's go. Good night,
Yay. Love it,
everybody.
love it, love it.